Good morning, good morning. I know most of y'all are still sleeping in the yard, yawning. If you're still in bed, stay in bed. This is Talk.Crypto.
Good morning, everyone who's just piling in the room. This is Talk.Crypto. We're coming at you with a special report this morning. We're going with a new format of our show today. You can actually follow along visually on our Discord channel. We are sharing our screens so you can actually see our technical analysis. We can show you the charts as we go through them. We can pull up any altcoins and do on-spot analysis and show you exactly what we're talking about. So in order for you to participate in this, you got to be on our Discord. It's free. And then go to the stereo podcast section of our Discord, and you'll be able to see our screens where both Mike and I are in there. So
yes.
Right
So
now,
what you should do to join the Discord, you should go to Instagram. So click on my face, go to my Instagram, click on the link tree, and then click on the Discord, and you can join our Discord. We'll be looking out for people to join the channel, and we're going to show you price charts and everything. So it looks like Spirit Bear's in here. We got him. And when you join the channel, you're going to be automatically muted. So there's not, just random people talking or you hear us twice or anything. And Noah is sharing his screen right now. So you can actually see the chart that he's looking at.
Well, actually, I'm on XFai. Actually, right now on my screen is the XFai. Mike and I have been up all morning waiting for this event to start. Mike can actually explain a little bit more what it is, but
right.
That's the reason why we're late today, is because we've been waiting to participate in this awesome new opportunity.
Hey, you know what? I mean, if we can bump something back by 20 minutes because this is a life-changing event. I think that this launch of this project is on the same level of Year in Finance. I think that it's potentially bigger because they're trying to resolve issues for people that are investing in small caps. So if you're out there and you're investing in small caps and you find yourself losing a lot of money, either yield farming or otherwise, this project is massive and game changing for everybody, including myself. And I'm excited to take part in this. They're supposed to launch it within the next couple hours. The only thing that you need, also clap it up. We don't normally like to share new projects, but we feel like this one is game changing and they have backing from a lot of venture capital funds. So we feel, like it's okay to share this one. It's called XFai, XFai. And if you have a MetaMask wallet on the Ethereum network ready to go, you're ready to take part in this. We are not paid in any way by this group. This is a very unique event where even before there's a private sale, so there's nobody that owns this token. You can go and enter this if you would like to.
So look, I just want to, for the new people that just came in the room, we are screen sharing. You have to join our Discord. It's completely free, and you'll be able to see our screen so you can follow along exactly with what we're talking about. We're going to do some chart analysis. But beyond that, Mike and I are waiting to participate in this XFai.
This is a big deal, guys, and we're inviting our community to take part in this. So if you guys are appreciative of us sharing this, what we think is a very unique event, clap it up, share the show, give us a follow. It means a lot to us, for bringing you guys this really unique. I mean, we think it's a once this year event because if this succeeds, this is going to be huge, and I'll explain exactly why. You can take your USD Tether, so you have your USD Tether in your MetaMask wallet on Ethereum, and they will take your Tether and purchase their token and do everything for you and put you in a farm. Also, if the price, let me continue to explain. If the price of this token goes up, you will not experience what's called impermanent loss. So we know that there's new people that maybe are new to, DeFi or crypto. if you're not new and you know you have your MetaMask wallet set up and ready to go, that's awesome. Again, we're not affiliated with this project in any way. I think this is super unique, and I wanted to share it with you guys. But basically, if the price of the token goes up, you will get more
Mike,
of
let me just say
the
something
X. Hold on. You'll get more of the XFit token, and that's good for you, of course, because the token will continue to go up in value. So give it a look, do your own research, and let's continue with the show.
Let me back up. Yeah, let me back up a bit because you know, you are so much more advanced than all of us, Mike. So
that's okay. I'm willing to make it easy.
I just want to explain to people that the reason why we think this is a awesome project that you should be aware of right now is when you enter liquidity pools, you need to take 2 tokens, equal parts, and swap them for an LP token, right? That's a transaction fee. Then you need to stake that LP token in the pool. That's another transaction fee. And on Ethereum, those fees can get quite expensive. What this XFi is doing, right? This, if you're looking at my screen right now, this XFi LGE new event that's going on probably in the next hour.
There's Noah. They're saving people. Hold on. They're saving people millions of dollars in gas fees. This is completely game changing. Clap it up. Share the show with your friends. This is a very unique opportunity.
What's happening here with XFi is you're just taking one token, right? In this case, USDT or USDC. You are then staking that in their farm, and they are then, as soon as you stake it, separating that token into 2 parts, equal parts USDT and equal parts XFIT, which is their native token. And so they're doing that swapping for you. Now, the reason why this is important is because with liquidity farming, one of the biggest risks is impermanent loss. And we've covered impermanent loss in a video on YouTube where what happens is when the pool becomes imbalanced, there needs to be swapping between the 2 tokens in order for it to be rebalanced. And that swapping has a fee associated with it. That fee is the impermanent loss. So this is actually, and Mike, you could talk about this a little bit more. In this XFi, you don't experience impermanent loss. You actually experience impermanent gain. You want to explain what impermanent gain is? We lose you, Mike.
Sorry, it's swapping into the token that is going up in value. So normally when that happens, it swaps into the other token to balance it. But with this, it's giving you more of the token that's going up in price. So this is a very unique thing that they're offering here. And again, we're not, for anybody that's just joining, we have no affiliation with XFi. We just think this is a very unique thing and we want to share with our community. So if you guys are enjoying this, you're checking out the website, clap it up, share the show with your friends, let them know there's a super unique event going on, and they can take part in it. Again, make sure to do your own research. You have a couple hours to do some research and check out the project a little bit. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. We've been talking about something like this for so long to solve all these issues with these low cap projects. And this is, again, I'll say it again, I think this is on the level of Yearn Finance or YFI or Wi-Fi, whatever you want to call it. I think it's on the same level.
We're going to take a look at Yearn Finance in a second. For any new listeners coming in, we are trying a new format today. You can follow along visually on our Discord. We're sharing our screens so you can see our charts as we do analysis. Today's kind of a special day because we're participating in this XFi launch and we're showing everyone what XFi is. But if you want to participate in this, join our Discord, go to our link tree on our Instagram, join our Discord. It's free to enter, and you can see exactly our screens and see exactly what we're doing. So good morning, everybody. Send those voice notes in. Tell us how you're feeling on this beautiful day. And you know, if you guys are making any trades. I know I made some trades this morning. Mike and I actually did some trades in, what was that one we did? Chiliz. I can actually show
That's
you
right.
guys.
So we entered a trade on Chiliz this morning at 55 cents. And we're taking a look at the charts here. Noah, do you want to take us through it?
Yeah, so if you look at my screen here, we took a trade here at Chiliz. We got in at, what was it? It wasn't 55 cents. I think it was around 50 cents we got in. And as you can see, we got in right at this breakup period right here. And the, you know, it may be entering, this is the day chart here. So let me go to the 4-hour chart. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, this is just growing right here. Now, let me check. I put my take profits in here. Pull this up. And if you're just joining us, I really highly recommend you guys join us on our Discord so you can see our screen and you can see exactly what we're talking about. I'm just pulling up my 3 commas so I can share with you guys where I set my take profit targets on this investment that we did this morning. So, okay, yeah. Actually, now's a good time. If you wanted to enter this, trade, it's not a bad time to do it right now. My purchase, I entered in at 0.54. As you can see, we're about that right now. So we've been holding steady for the past hour. And I set 4 take profits on this trade. The first take profit I set was at 0.58 and then 0.62. So I'm expecting it to get exactly up to this line here. As you can see, it's marked out on my chart here. And I think we're going to definitely reach that today. In fact, the momentum, if you look at the momentum here, right, it's just starting. So this yellow here is bearish signal, and the white is that the momentum is changing into a buyer's market. So we
Hey,
can see
real quick, Noah. If you guys can see Noah's screen, let us know. Send us a voice message to let us know you can see his screen. I'm having trouble loading it right now. If you guys can see it, just let us know.
Mike, sometimes it'll help if you exit and then re-enter that Discord channel. And again, if you're just joining us, we highly recommend, we're doing this new format where we're sharing our screen so you can actually see some of the technical analysis we do and how we set our take profits, how we set our stop loss. And the best way to do that is to see it visually on your screen. We're sharing our screen, so it's in our Discord. I can actually see who's here. We're getting some more people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have about 6 people in here right now. So definitely check it out. This is one trade that I made this morning. I think, you know, I've been doing day trading. It's been working out pretty well for me. And every morning I take a trade and I hold on to it for. I try not to go to bed with my open trades, to be honest. I try to close my trades before I go to bed because, you know, this is a 24-hour market and you don't know what's going to happen at 3 a.m. Usually there's some big movement in the market, and I like to be at my computer so that if there is a big movement, I can actually make a trade and react to it. So here's one I did this morning. It's Chiliz, and I put about $500 into it. So we'll see how it goes. I got in at 0.54, so it's at 0.54 right now. If you wanted to follow along and participate in this trade, I mean,
what's the ticker symbol for that?
It's CHZ. And if we actually go to Chili's website, and also if you're following my screen here, you'll notice that I'm using the Brave browser. We highly recommend. It's probably faster, and and I'm getting paid to use it. So, you know, highly recommend you check that out. That's like basis of Web 3.0, Brave browser. Go check it out. You can earn Brave tokens called BAT, basic attention tokens, just by using their browser. Brian, what's up?
Hey, dude, where you been? What's going on? Love you.
Good morning, Brian.
My dad just popping in right there.
I love you,
He
Pops.
joined the
All right. So look, Chiliz made some news today. That's the reason why I'm so bullish on Chiliz. If you go to their platform, you go to their website, you'll see that they're the world's leading blockchain fintech provider for sports and entertainment. It's definitely a big and growing market in this place. If you're listening in from Europe or the UK, maybe you already know what Chiliz is because they're really big in the whole football, soccer to us Americans, space. And they were making some news today about some of the partnerships they were working with. So you could see here, Europe and fintech.
Yeah, they're launching new tokens today. So the Chiliz chain, they have governance tokens for sports teams. So if you hold the token, you can vote on what the sports team does. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely really exciting. And that's why I think we're going to see a bump in this price, and that's why I took a position in it. My highest take profit, and I think, I like to stage my take profit. So I like to take profit on the way up and not just wait to hit the moon. And I stage my take profit. Now, I am really bullish on this, and I think that we could be seeing like a just under $1, 0.93 is where my highest take profit is. So,
right.
Do what you guys think is best. But Spirit Bear, what's up? I see you're in our chat here and on the Discord. And I don't think your message that maybe your butt dialed us.
I don't know. I didn't touch anything, but this is all about risk management, and if you have to judge your own risk tolerance, none of this is financial advice. You're responsible for your own decisions. So take the level of risk that is makes the most sense for you. And if you feel like your risk is higher, set your take profits lower, set your stop loss tighter. And that's what we would recommend, so that you lose less and you also will get out with some profit if it does go up.
Right.
So
But let me say this, Mike,
yeah.
on this Chiliz investment here, and again, I want to keep repeating this because it's a new format for us. If you're just joining us, go to our Instagram, go to our link.
Oh, I can see your screen
Discord, now. And join our chat, because we're sharing our screens and you can actually see what's going on and see exactly what we're talking about. So I just want to let you know, Mike, you're right. I mean, risk tolerance is very key, right, in investing. But what's amazing that you can do now that maybe wasn't available 10 years ago, right, is you can set stop losses, and you could set pretty short stop losses. So if the price starts to drop and you don't want to be involved in that large drop, you can actually set a tight stop loss. I did it with Chiliz. My stop loss, and I'll share it with you guys, is at 43 cents. So, my stop loss is about right there. If you're looking at my screen, exactly. You see where this line is right here, right? And that the reason why.
Noah. If you guys are just joining, click on my face, go to Instagram, and there's a link tree there. You can then join our Discord that way. If you guys want to see Noah's screen, that's how you get there.
So look, I just zoomed out of my screen, and I want to explain to you why I chose these levels. First of all, my stop loss, if we look, it's the most recent low. So we can see this is a good support line here to set a stop loss. If it drops below this, we're in a free fall, and we're in a free fall of price action. We're not sure where the price is going to be, but it's likely that we're going to bounce off this line if we ever get to that low. I doubt we will. Now, the reason why I set my take profit at a 0.93 level is I'm looking at the all-time high here, and look at this. That all-time high is 0.94. So, and actually, it might actually be a little bit lower. It might actually be around 0.93. And so, this is how I'm setting my stop loss and my take profit zones. I'm looking at the recent highs. I'm looking at the all-time high, and I'm adjusting it to basically what the pattern was in the past. So
right.
That's one way to look at this. Spirit Bear, I'm going to play your message. I'm not sure if these are legit or not. Let's see. No. Yeah.
Yo, your mic is muted. What happened, man?
I think you're butt dialing us here.
It's it could be.
Yeah, or you're muting. So
there's it could be some issue between Discord and stereo, but anyways, let's continue.
Yeah, so this is investment I did this morning. It's still a good time to get in. I bought in at 0.54. It's currently at 0.548. Chiliz had some great news this morning, so definitely something to look at. Mike, I want to move to something that you've been talking on our show for quite a while, and that's BTCST.
Right.
And
Oh,
if you could explain to everyone here, like why you were telling us, the listeners on this show, that the price target to get in on BTCST.
Let's go through the whole chart real quick. So you can see this big gap down here because Noah asked me about this, so it's worth reviewing. What happened was they took one token and they split it into 10. So everybody that was holding.
I don't have the right chart up here.
No, this is right. This is right.
But
just scroll to. This is right. Just scroll to the right.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Got you. Okay, yeah. Exactly.
Okay, cool.
This right here.
So
this right here.
This gap down was because they did a 1 to 10 token split. So it went from $300 to, and it kept going up. So it went from $300 and then it gapped down to $30, $40. Okay, so they did a token split. Let's continue.
Yeah, and Mike, you were informing our listeners when it was about $48 to $50 dollars.
Yeah, I think it was like in the $57 range. I disclosed, hey, I'm holding a position. I'm holding a position in this. None of this is financial advice. You're responsible for your own financial decisions.
What did you see here on the chart? I mean, that made you think that we were going to experience a big up here, and you were absolutely right. But I'm curious, and if you were following along, you've made some money with us. I've made some money on this. I know Van Martian made some money on this. He's messaged me every day that, it keeps going up. This is amazing. So I'm curious, Mike, what exactly did you see here that made you so bullish on BTCST outside of the utility?
So look at the first of all, the sort of uptrend. This is the 4-hour chart. So I was liking the uptrend on the 4-hour chart, and I saw that there was big resistance in this, let's see, I guess it would be $60 range. So yep. I said, you know what? Because I saw it broke through $60, and I actually was interested in it because I like the idea. I like the idea of owning, mining power through a token. And I said, oh, what's going to be a good entry? And I'm looking at, I actually looked at the BTCST versus Bitcoin. And I was getting some signals there to enter. So I was looking at it versus Bitcoin, right? Because we were expecting a big pop in Bitcoin. So I said, okay, well, it better perform better than Bitcoin. And what do you know? It performed better than Bitcoin. So once it popped past $60, I said, we're looking at all-time highs here, easy. And we got that, just within a couple hours. I just saw this big breakup. And then that was when I was like, okay, this is happening. Actually, our indicator, there's a future pivot level where, you would bet on it to go up if it got above a certain price level, Noah, and that was what I used as my indicator. So once it got above that, I said, look, if it gets above, I think it was like 0.00 something 198 Bitcoin, I said it's going to fly. And that's exactly what happened. You see that big candle right there on the 4-hour chart?
Yeah.
And just took off. And actually that was just round 1. Round 2 was yesterday. Noah and I were talking, and I said, Noah, if it goes above $85, because it was hanging out in that, can you hover over the $85 range? Can you just kind of highlight that area? Okay, so
right around here.
Yes. So can you see the wick? The wick is the little line that's going up where you can see those little thin lines. Hover around the $85, go down, $85. Okay, right there. Perfect. Do you see the wicks? The little thin lines? That shows that it's having trouble breaking through that level. And so I said, look, if it breaks past $85, it's going to fly. And what happened? Boom, it broke past $85, and we we tested that level once and it stayed above that level. So this is what you have to look at to figure out when there's going to be these big breaks. And you can see it's just hanging out in this range, and it finally breaks out of that range between what is it, 77 and $85. When it broke out of that range, it broke bullish. If it broke, let's say, below $76, Noah, I would be exiting, right?
Right. You can see that this moving average here kind of acts as a support line here. And it actually hasn't bounced off of this yet. But, that definitely acts as like a support line. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mike, this was an excellent call. Spirit Bear, I see you're in our chat. What's up?
Also, I don't know if you guys have checked out the VTHOR token, VTHO. That one has been going up, and I made a nice amount of money off that one, just like Doge.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it. We might cover it on the next show. Noah and I are obviously going to be looking at different tokens just based on whatever signals we get. So, but we'll definitely take a look at it.
Listen, guys, if you're just joining us right now, we are doing a new format here. We are sharing our screens in our Discord. So I see that we have quite a few people already there. We have about 6 people in our Discord right now watching our screens. You can get an invite to our Discord. It's completely free. Just click on one of our faces, go to our Instagram, click our link tree, click on the Discord invite, and then go into the Stereo Podcast section channel. If you have questions, send us a voice note. We'll help you out. You can actually see our screen, see our charts. We're telling you, what we notice in these charts and why, when you should invest and why you should invest, what signals you should be looking for, things like this. So definitely really interesting and good.
Just what you can do to join the Discord is you can click on my face, go to my Instagram, and then click on the link tree there. You'll see the Discord invite. And even if you're on your phone, you can still join very easily and see what Noah has on his screen.
Yeah. Let's look at the BTC chart, and we'll come back to this BTCST and see how Bitcoin's doing this morning. Let's see. So look at this. Bitcoin is definitely strong. It's staying above the 62,500 mark. We're in a bit of a consolidation period, which is great. But Mike, check out this right here. Look at this moving average line and how Bitcoin responds to it. I mean, it touches it and bounces right off of it. I mean, this is great. This is great. This is a strong Bitcoin from what I can see. And the fact that we're consolidating above 62.5, I think we are going to continue to climb up this month in Bitcoin. Now, you can see here my indicators tell me that, we're actually in a bit of a bearish momentum at the moment. And this is on the 4-hour chart. If we were to take a look at the 1-hour chart.
Hey, Noah,
yeah.
I want to draw your attention to something because it looks like there's a scam on XFai. So I just check this out, guys. There's a lot of scams out there in crypto. Like, I think we should definitely talk about this for a second. So because we're waiting for this XFai token to go live, and after the show, we're going to have you guys join our Discord, and we're going to help you through the launch of this XFi if you do decide that you want to take part in it. This is a super, very rare event, but there is a lot of scammers out there. And I just got put in a channel, Noah, that said that the site is live, and it would take me to xfitoken.com, and there's nothing on their Twitter about this site. It would take me to a completely different site. Obviously, it's a scam, and there's going to be people that fall for that scam, but we won't let anybody in our community fall for those types of scams. So if you guys appreciate that, clap it up, share the show, and let's continue with the charts.
Yeah, I see a few people. Ozzy Boy, thanks for joining in on the on our Discord and watching the channel, and also Noob Kitty. I would just I see you entered our Discord, but you're not yet in the live chat. I just posted on the general chat a link to the live chat, so you can actually see our screen and see what's going on. Mike Larry Draw, what's up, man?
It's interesting. I went to the XFi. It told me to go to the Telegram, and within the Telegram, it's telling you to donate your Ethereum.
Yeah, that's a little. That's a little sketch, Mike. What do you think about that? I'm on their Telegram too, and they're going to announce when this is released. All you need to do for this is to hold USDT in a Ethereum-based wallet. I'm using MetaMask, as well as a little bit of Ethereum for that transfer fee. When you do decide to stake on their website, it's not live yet. If you're looking at my screen right now, I have XFi up, their website. They're going to add a new tab here as soon as this becomes live. We're expecting it in the next hour. And the reason why we're bullish on this is that if you've been following us, you know that we're big in this whole DeFi space, decentralized finance. And this might just change the way DeFi is done. And I'm not saying it's going to solve the impermanent loss problem, but it's going to provide new solutions for DeFi. And Mike, maybe you can go in and explain a little bit more about XFi and how they're solving what problem.
Yeah, I just want to know if this is legit or not, because it's XFi site. Can you take a look at this real quick? Did you get put in this Telegram group? Flash token sale. They didn't announce anything on their Twitter.
Yeah, we're looking into this. You definitely have to be careful with this stuff because there could definitely be scams abound.
Because Noah, remember they said we plan on giving at least 1 hour forewarning to launch.
Right.
So it's a scam, right?
I mean, I haven't seen in my Telegram that they have launched yet, so I'm skeptical.
So this scam site, it's xfitoken.site. It's definitely a scam. It's almost definitely a scam. Oh, and look, it's not even oh no, dude, it is a scam because there's no farm. This is a scam. Guys, this is, oh my God.
Check this
People
out.
are getting scammed right now as we do this show. Sorry.
Check this out. Their Medium link doesn't even work.
Which one? In the scam channel?
Yeah.
Did you got in that as well? It's a third channel?
No, I'm in their xfitoken.site and I'm just playing around with their website, and I can see that their link here is not even working. It's a dead link.
Yeah. Dude, people are getting scammed for real.
Yeah.
Clap it up for not getting scammed. Okay. Who's this that's got a voice note? Oh, Spirit Bear, but it's empty.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next trade, Noah? What's the next trade we're looking at?
Yeah, so let's see who has just messaged us. Mike Larry Draw, what's up?
Yeah, don't press any more buttons, bro. We don't know where those buttons lead.
Yeah,
that's right, man. That's right. We will keep our community informed. That site that we just mentioned is a scam. Please do not go and visit that website. There is going to be scams out there, and it can be very easy to fall for them, especially if you're excited about something. This is why it's so important to make sure that you understand what you're doing before you do it, because you can really burn yourself if you don't know what you're looking for.
Right. And if you're just joining, I keep saying this, so if you've been listening to us, I'm so sorry that I sound like a robot on repeat. But if you're just joining us, definitely check out our Discord link, because we're doing a live broadcast. We're going to be doing this on every show for now. We're going to be sharing our screens, and we're going to show you exactly, the chart analysis we do. Today's kind of like a special day because we're partaking in this new token, this new project called XFi, and we're showing you exactly what that is. They're supposed to be launching in about an hour from now, so we thought we'd get on the program and let you guys know about it before we did that, and also do some of our regular show. But it's a little bit different than our regular show today because XFi is taking over the bulk of it. But yeah, Mike, let's get into some other opportunities here and some other.
Yeah, I mean we're talking about once in a blue moon opportunities here, so let's keep them rolling.
Definitely. So yeah, moving on here, let's take a look at another investment trade I made this morning. I'll let you guys fill you guys in on that. So including with Chiliz, which we covered a little bit, which was, just breaking out. This is Chiliz. They're a decentralized application. You might know them if you're living in Europe because they're big in the sports and entertainment business, specifically soccer or football. And they broke some news this morning, so I was pretty bullish on them, and I made an investment in them, as did Mike. Another one that we are looking at this morning that I made an investment in is Hive, right? So let me pull Hive up and let's take a look at that chart. And Hive, let me see if I have Hive in my dApps here. As you can see,
yeah, I was definitely more bullish on Chiliz, but let's definitely take a look at this one and see what's going on.
Yeah, let me pull up there. Hive. There we go. So
you're looking at their news.
Well, I just pulled up their website, take a look at them real quickly. Hive is I believe is in the interoperability section of this whole ecosystem. So definitely a really important solution, right? Interoperability is imperative to the growth of the blockchain space. What do we mean by interoperability is all of these blockchains are separated, right? And you couldn't imagine, like, for example, if you're searching the internet, you wouldn't be able to imagine that Google would be separate, and you wouldn't be, if you're using Google, you would never be able to find the same websites that you found on Yahoo, right? That doesn't make sense. The web is connected. Same thing with blockchain. Right now, blockchain is not connected. Right now, there are separate blockchains, and interoperability is addressing that issue. And so that's why it's such an important space and an important growth area in this whole blockchain ecosystem, is because a lot of blockchains can't necessarily communicate with each other, and they're built on different technologies. So being able to communicate, do cross-chain transactions is definitely one of the biggest growth areas in this whole ecosystem. So when we look at projects like that, we want to keep that in mind and say, this has potential because of this, right?
Right.
And so we're looking at Hive this morning, and here's the Hive chart. We just completed a bearish cycle right here. There's a short bearish cycle. I'm looking at the 1 hour chart, and I took a position at 0.60, right? So you can see here it's currently trading at 0.657. I got in a little bit lower. I'm up a little bit in it, not much, 0.5% maybe. And I'll tell you, I took let's look at the target profit sections that I took here on this. I set a take profit at 6.64. So what I did here is I'm looking at the most recent high, right? And the most recent high was 0.64. And so I'm saying, okay, that's a realistic number that we can probably get to. I see that if you look at here, the momentum is in its favor. So my first take profit is at 0.64. My second take profit is going to be at just under 0.70. And again, how did I get 0.70? Well, I went to this and I looked at the most recent high beyond 0.6, beyond that one, which is 0.70. So, I'm not pulling these numbers out of a hat here. I'm looking at the chart and I'm looking at the history of the chart to understand where I should set my take profit levels. And the stop loss, the same thing, right? I'm doing the same thing when I'm setting my stop loss. So what's a stop loss? If the price starts to tank, I want to get out of the investment. I tell my exchange, when it crosses this price, get me out. So I set my stop loss at 55 cents. And where did I get that 55 cents? Again, we go back to the chart here. We look at the most recent all-time low. It's at 56 cents. And so
it's a nice bounce.
It's a really nice bounce off of it right here at 56. So what I did is I feel like that if we drop to 56 cents, I'm looking at this bounce that Mike just said. Like, look at this bounce right here. If you're watching my screen, If you're just joining us, join our Discord so you can watch my screen. I'm showing you guys exactly what I'm talking about on the chart.
To join our Discord, you have to go to click my face, go to my Instagram, click the link tree, and the Discord invite link is there.
Yeah, and hopefully this stuff makes you guys better traders. So if you have questions, comments, definitely send us voice notes. You know, we can have a discussion around this, ask questions. But you know, basically what I'm trying to explain here is that on setting my stop loss, I looked at the most recent all-time low, and I said, okay, let's take a look at it. It's at 56 cents, and look at that bounce off of it, right? It just went bam, bounce, really nice bounce. And so I'm saying, okay, if it goes back down to that level, it might bounce again. So let me set my stop loss just under it. So I set my stop loss at 0.55. And as you can see, the 0.55 mark is right there. So the bet I'm taking is that if it drops, which I don't think it's going to hit my stop loss, we're already in the green on this. But if it drops, I think it's going to bounce off the most recent low, which is 0.56. If it blows through that, then I'm concerned, right? Then it's like we're in a price discovery period. We don't know where this is going to go. I don't want to be in that price discovery period on the downside. So let me set my stop loss just below the most recent low. And that's how I figure out my stop loss. So hopefully you guys follow along. You know, definitely send us voice note if you have any questions. Again, if you're looking to get into in this investment, it's not a bad time. You'd be playing along just with me. I bought in at 60 cents. It's currently at 60.57, and I set my take profit. I set two take profits, one at 0.64, right? Looking at the most recent all-time high,
right?
And again at this is the most recent all-time high right here, or the most recent high. I don't want to say all-time. And then again at a higher one at 0.70. Those are the two take profits I have set at, and I stagger it, right? So I'm not doing 50 and 50. I'm saying, okay, when it reaches 0.64, take me out 25% of that trade. When it reaches the higher take profit, take 75% of the trade. I strongly feel that I will be out of this trade before I go to bed tonight, and I will have a nice little profit on this of about 10%. When it's all said and done.
That's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And if you guys have any questions about any of the tools you're using, you're welcome to ask us. I don't know that we'll reveal necessarily everything we got up our sleeve, but we will give you certain things. Like, for example, we use 3 commas so that we can set a stop loss and a take profit at the same time. And that protects us in both ways, right? If it goes up, we get some profit. If it goes down, we protect ourselves.
I believe we got Satoshi back on the program. What's up, brother?
I looked at the token economics of Chiliz. If anyone is interested, I can share my conclusion. But yeah, maybe you want to stay on the charts. It's up to you.
No, man. Tell us your conclusion on the tokenomics of.
We honestly we care about both sides, because that does, affect. If you're trading this, it does affect you. You might not realize it. The tokenomics, perhaps, they're printing more tokens when they add new partners or something like that.
Yeah, I actually pulled that up, and we're going to go to the token details here on their website. So Satoshi, if you want to, send that voice note and tell us what you think. We would be very interested. I'm sure our listeners would be very interested, especially if they're taking a position in Chiliz today. Like I said, I've already taken a position in Chiliz today. You can see here, I went to their token details section of their website. They have 3 billion market cap, currently ranked number 48.
Where can you trade Chiliz chain?
You could trade it right on Binance. Actually, I think you have to be on Binance.com, to be honest. I don't think you can do it on Binance.us.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think Binance US is pretty limited.
Yeah. Okay, Satoshi, what's on? Tell us what you think about Chiliz.
So no, they're not printing more. They have a max supply, which is good. That's 8.888 billion. Yeah, now, another thing they do, they burn 20% of the tokens in transaction fees. So let's say of the revenue made of transaction fees, teams raising coins for their fans, and NFT trades, they take 20% of the transaction fee. The transaction fee is not the total investment, but it's the transaction fee that they make. 20% is then burned, okay? So that's the starter. But then I bring it now to the valuation.
Nice.
Okay. So let's go and look at that valuation that they currently have. And maybe, Noah, it would be good to compare them to Flow. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Let's see, Michael. What do you
think? Okay, so if you guys don't know Flow is involved with NBA Top Shot. So, I think that's probably the closest comparison in terms of how much it's being used. And I think Flow is at number 70 something. So I'll pull up CoinGecko real quick, tell you guys what the market cap is. Market cap, if you don't know, is the worth of all the tokens, right? Like the worth of all the gold is 10 trillion, worth of all the Bitcoin is 1.1 trillion. And let's see, what is it for Chiliz? It is almost 3 billion. So almost 3 billion for Chiliz. Let's check on Flow, because Flow has NBA Top Shot, right? Flow is at 1.3 billion. So I think Satoshi has a point. I don't know if you were looking for a comparison to Flow. I don't know if that's a fair comparison. I do want to say, though, Satoshi, in making this comparison, I don't know that it's fair, because the sky is the limit for these type of governance tokens.
Let's hear what he has to say on the valuation of Chiliz.
The valuation, on the other hand, the way I look at it, is that you want to have a return on investment of at least 10 to 20%. Otherwise, why would you play around? Now, with the current price of 55 cents at the max supply, that gives them a valuation of 4 billion. If they want to do at least 10% return on that, okay, they need to make at least a revenue of 500 million, right? That they burn in tokens to justify the 5 billion, which is the 10 to 20% return. Now, to do 500 million of burning of tokens, how much revenue you need? You need 2.5 billion in revenue. So with the current valuation, you say this company is going to make 2.5 billion in revenue. I mean, that's quite ambitious.
Yeah, I like I like his analysis. Mike, your thoughts?
I mean, first of all, we have to look at what are the big resistance levels, right? So we can analyze it from a fundamental perspective, right? I mean, it's kind of, this is kind of a funny project, because think about how, the people that comment on like your Instagram or YouTube posts or whatever, how they have an influence on you. Now it's real, because you're probably signing something to say, okay, well, whatever these people that hold this token decide, I'm going to, follow through with that. I don't think there's any, I wonder about the legal agreement, if there's like any, I don't think so. But anyways, I think that people just throwing money at these fan tokens I think it's a big deal. Especially think about this, Noah, if they start having like influencers, not just like people in sports, but people on like Instagram or social media or any other type of celebrity. I don't think they're targeting that market. But if Chiliz is, the sort of center for governance tokens, whether it's athletes, individuals, teams, whatever, I think this I don't want to get too happy, but I think that this whole thing has a lot of potential. Now, definitely, Flow could come along and do something, offer something similar. I don't know that they will, but certainly Flow could come along and offer something competitive, and maybe Flow will become the preferred choice in this market.
Right.
I like the token burning though. I gotta say, I like the token burning.
And the fixed supply.
Yeah.
And the fixed supply tokens. Both those
stuff.
things sound good to me. And the reason why I took this position today versus any other day is because they broke some news today in this space where they partnered with Rakuten, which is another blockchain. It's a partnership through customers in Spain and UK and Germany, and they can use their points to redeem fan tokens on Chiliz. So they're making some news in this space. They're making some news here, and I thought the charts looked good, and it might receive a nice little bump. And we hit a future pivot point here, which will, you can see as soon as we hit that future pivot on the chart here, we just skyrocketed up, and I don't think we're going to be slowing down until we hit probably around the point. What did I say? I had set my take profit on this at 0.625, so just above the most recent high. Yes, Satoshi.
I agree. The max supply is great. The token burner is great. This company has a lot of potential. I actually agree to all of this. I'm not saying you shouldn't trade it, especially with a stop loss, right? Because you're trading momentum, you're trading hype, and so on. So best of luck with that. Just make sure you have a stop loss. I actually will put this token on a list, and that's how I operate. And when the hype is over, maybe it's never over, maybe prices will only be up from here. But let's say not, and the price comes back to a certain level at some moment in the future, which I expect it does. Then probably I would look at it, observe it, and then at some moment, if they also make further developments and so on, take a position. Why not? I'm not saying this project is in any way a bad project.
Yeah, I think that's big. I think that's big for you because what we've heard from you is that you invest in Bitcoin and just Bitcoin. So
yeah, we respect that a lot.
Yeah, for this to pique your interest, that's awesome, and we love your analysis. You definitely add value to our listeners here and to our program. So definitely keep it coming. And hey, he's absolutely right, Mike. If you're going to trade these altcoins, you have to set stop losses. Right? You don't know where these, you have to set stop losses. And I set my stop loss here at 43 cents. And let's look into why I determined that stop loss. So if you're listening to our show, you can actually follow along. We are sharing our screens on our Discord. Go to one of our faces, go to our Instagram, go to our link tree. I know it's a lot of clicks here to get to us, but click on the Discord link, the invite, and you go to the channel where we are all in right now. There's several of us in there. We're sharing our screens, and you can actually see on my screen right now, I have the Chiliz USDT chart up, and I'm showing you where I set my stop loss. Because Satoshi had just told us that, and he's absolutely right, that when you're trading these tokens, you need to protect your downside. It's everyone loves to shoot for the moon, but they forget about their downside, and you have to protect your downside. So how did I protect my downside in this trade that I just entered in this morning? Well, I looked at the most recent all-time low, and that's at about 0.45 here, right? And you can see this one here is at 0.43. So what I did is I looked at the most recent low, which was 0.45, and I said, okay, look at this bounce off this level here. It was a pretty strong bounce. If it tests this level again, I think it still may bounce off of it. So let me go just below it. I then took a look at the recent all-time low, recent low before that, which was at 0.43, and that's how I determined my all-time. That's how I determined my stop loss. So I have a stop loss in here for 0.43. And you can see the recent low here was 0.435. I actually set it just under it at 0.431. So again, if it tests that level, right, I'm willing to play the game if it tests that level. But if it breaks through that level, take me out.
Yeah, and here's the basic gist of why you need a stop loss. And you think, oh, well, it's crypto, it goes up, it goes down. The thing is, you need, if this is a short-term trade for you, you need some level at which you're going to say, okay, it's moving in the wrong direction. I need to have a max amount of loss. If you don't have a stop loss, there is no maximum. You can lose everything. And even with a stop loss, you can still lose everything. But not many people will tell you that. Not many people will tell you that there are inherent risks in trading, and the best thing you can do is protect yourself.
Right. We all want to win, but we all need to be aware of our risks.
You need to pick the winning opportunities, and you need to cut your losses and pick the winning opportunities. Isn't that pretty much how everything else works in life?
Absolutely. And so, I'm here looking at the 1 hour chart. You can join us on our Discord. You can actually see my screen and you can see the chart analysis that we're doing. So if you're trading at home, maybe you can learn a little bit about technical analysis and chart analysis so that you can become better traders. Now, I have some tools here on my chart that maybe you can see that, I'm looking at the 1 hour and I can see here, this is a momentum tool to see, who's winning in the war between buyers and sellers. And at this moment on the 1 hour chart, buyers are winning, price is increasing. We can see that here. If I were to change this to the 4 hour chart, we could see that there was just a change in the momentum right here. And I'm kind of scrolling around it so you can show you. And look at this volume right here. The volume is definitely really strong. It's way above the median volume. Right here. So these are all good signs. These are all really good signs when looking at this stuff. Mike, I kind of want to move over and go back to some Bitcoin analysis. I want to show some charts here that I find really interesting and why I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. Actually, I'm gonna go to my Glassnode here, and the first one.
Before you tell us why you're bullish on Bitcoin, I do want to make another announcement for anybody that's interested in joining us in this XFai event. Again, if you guys know what the Wi-Fi token is, we basically think that this is the next Wi-Fi launch in terms of doing a fair launch that people can get in early. You can now get in before the private sale. They just made another announcement that they're pushing it back further, Noah. So good thing we did the show for our listeners. They just sent out another message to, say that they haven't announced anything yet.
Nice. So
no window on the launch. And if you guys are just joining in now, click on my face, go to my Instagram, click on the link tree, and go to the Discord invite. You can join us live. And Noah is pulling up his chart. He's doing his due diligence, and he's going to show you everything.
Yeah, I want to show you guys a couple charts that most people might not show you when it comes to Bitcoin. Not necessarily the price action chart. I mean, first I want to go to let's take a look at the stock to flow deflection. So I'm pulling this up on my screen. If you see it here.
What's the stock to flow chart? What does that tell us?
Right. So here it is. The stock to flow deflection is the ratio between the current Bitcoin price and the stock to flow model. So basically, what we're looking at here is we have this line of 1.0, and we're looking at whether the market is overheating or not. So think of it like your car. If your car overheats and it breaks down on you, that's exactly what's going to happen with Bitcoin. It's going to break down on you when the market gets too hot. And this is a way for us to determine whether the market is too hot or not. And we can actually see here, right? If I'm pulling up my chart, we can see here when the market gets above this this level here, this 1.0, right? We're overheating. And we typically see a dip when this happens. And we can see this, we could see this. If we go back on the history, we could see that when we rise way above the 1.0 mark, look at this, the price action dips. And when it gets below, we start seeing an increase. So, where are we today with this, right? And see how fast I can zoom in on this. Perfect. Do a 3 month here. I mean, this is perfect. This is what you should, one chart that I love to look at to understand whether we should be bullish or bearish with Bitcoin. And there's several. You can't just take one chart and this is your answer, right? You have to look at several. We're going to look at several right now. So definitely join us on our Discord so you can see my screen, you can see our charts. And what now? I want to give you an example. This happened on February 17th. Right, so not too long ago.
And also note, just full disclosure, Noah is paying for this service, so clap it up. Thank you for sharing this, Noah. Noah, this is really valuable information.
Yeah, well, we're paying for it, so definitely. Yeah, so I have the stock to flow deflection chart up in front of me, and I want to point out here that, and of course we go back and we look at patterns, and I'm looking at February 17th, where the market for Bitcoin became overheated. We can see this in the chart here, and you can see immediately we experience a breakdown in price. Right now, where are we today? There is a huge deviation, right, between the stock to flow deflection and the price of Bitcoin. So that's one reason why I'm still bullish that Bitcoin is going to continue to rise, because we are not even close to overheating in Bitcoin. You can actually see on this date here, on March 13th, we just touched the 1.0 level here, and we experienced a small consolidation in price. But for the most part, right now, it is looking really strong for the market. This is one indicator that tells me that we are bullish for Bitcoin. Let's look at another one. Another really interesting one.
What was that cross chart that you showed me?
Yeah, I think you're talking about
the two lines crossed.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Hold on, I want to pull up one that I really like a lot.
Oh, that was it was market cap versus price, right?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm going to pull that one up in a second. I want to pull up this net miner position change. Now, this one's really interesting too. So again, if you're just joining us on stereo, join our Discord, because we're sharing our screen and we're showing you some charts that are paid for. Like, you have to have a service for this. So if you don't want to go spend I think they charge up to look at that, $799 a month. I'm not on that level. I'm on the advanced level, not the professional level. But these are charts that you have to pay for to get access to. And I'm currently pulled up the Bitcoin miner net position change. So this is a really interesting chart because it tells us the selling pressure from miners, right? So miners are making this Bitcoin, and the question is, what are they going to do with it once they make the Bitcoin? Are they going to hold it, or are they going to sell it on the market? If they are going to sell it on the market, it means that they don't believe the price of Bitcoin is going to hold, and they're better off getting rid of it. If they're going to hold it, it means the miners are bullish on Bitcoin. And that's a really good sign for the price of Bitcoin. So we can follow this here. You can see, right, when we are in, and I can't get my chart a little bit sooner. I gotta subscribe to the $799 a month in order to get this to zoom in sooner. But what I want to show you here is that, from the dates of December 25th up until about March 20th, miners have been selling their Bitcoin on the open market. They've been making it and selling it. And now that's changed, right? Now we're seeing miners are holding right here. We're seeing miners are holding their Bitcoin because they think the price is going to go up. That's a great indicator for retail investors to be like, oh, what are miners doing? They're doing that. Interesting. I might do the same. So definitely really interesting indicator to look at here, the net miner position change. Again, you have to look all of these together. Not one indicator is going to tell you, one thing. Satoshi, what's up?
That's tell you my theory, because I'm in this space for a long time, and of course I also observe miners very carefully, understanding their importance. As a matter of fact, if anybody cares to read Satoshi's white paper, 75% on the white paper is about the miners. 75% is about miners, not about the coin, not about everything else we discussed. And so my belief is, look, I also happen to understand the mindset of very wealthy people. Okay, the very powerful people in the world, the 1% of the world. And these people don't like to pay premium. And if you right now, the mining of a coin costs about $16,000 to $18,000. That's the mining cost for one coin. Okay. Now a second message to finish up.
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm glad we're. Let me get.
So look, and the important thing to understand about what Satoshi just said is that there needs to be economic incentives to grow the network, right? He was talking about how Satoshi in the white paper focused a lot on the miners, because the miners are what grow and secure the network, and that's the most important thing. So, from that perspective, I do think there's always going to be new blockchain projects that pop up and offer good enough incentives for people to start jumping on them. Other alternatives, they do something slightly better, something slightly different. There's always, we're always going to have differences in opinion, and, we might invest in different things. Noah and I, if you guys have been listening to this show, that Noah and I disagree on some stuff, but we agree, I think, on and I prefer it that way. I think he prefers it that way too.
I do. I absolutely do. I don't want to, we all have our own minds. We all can read charts differently. And actually we talk about this all the time. Like, how do you look at a chart? Do you see a dip as a time to cut and run, or do you see a dip as as an opportunity zone? And a lot of people will tell you off the top, oh, of course it's an opportunity zone. But when the dip happens, what do they really do? Right? They usually cut and run. So,
that's right. Well, look, it just depends on the way that things are trending. And even if I like a project, I've learned to let go when key levels are broken in the downward direction.
Right. And guys, if you're just joining us, highly recommend you join our Discord right now, because we're screen sharing these charts. And we're screen sharing our indicators that we pay for, and excuse me, and you can see exactly some of the analytics that we do to decide how we're going to invest. And right now we're looking at Bitcoin, and we're looking at the net miner position change. Satoshi just dropped some great knowledge on us, and I actually want to go back to him. What's up?
Now, these people, they don't want to pay for something that can be mined for 18,000, 60,000. That's not how they became wealthy or were able to keep their wealth. So the miners, in my opinion, are more and more controlled by super wealthy people, by governments, by strategical interest. And that's why they don't give the coins away. They keep the coins because they don't want to buy the coins on the open market. But they don't care about electricity costs, because these are people who want Bitcoins. And instead of paying 60,000, they paid 18,000 on equipment depreciation and electricity. But they're not going to sell it. And I think that's more and more happening, that the electricity bills are just paid by super money and not by sold coins. And so I don't think this reality will change maybe ever again.
Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So he's probably right. But the mentality, you're right that the miners are definitely becoming more corporate. We see that in some of this whole BTCST position that we're in. We're investing in a mining operation, but it's made up of some of the biggest miners. I think they mine up to 12%. Was that the right number they're mining?
BTCST?
Yeah,
the groups own 12%. Right. Now, so do the tokens represent that 12%? I don't think so. Think so. Each token is 0.01 terahash per second, and multiply that by the supply, and then you'd be able to calculate how much mining power is in the total supply.
Right. Excuse me. Another excuse me. Another chart I wanted to pull up here. This was a really interesting chart, and we definitely worth checking in on a daily basis. So if you're joining our chat, I will be checking this on a daily basis from now on and see what the miners are doing. I think that's a great indicator on what you should be doing with your Bitcoin. However, holding is always the best strategy with Bitcoin, to be honest. Accumulating and holding. I want to go to this next chart, which, it actually is the buying power from the stablecoin market. It's called the SSR, the stablecoin supply ratio. It's a really interesting chart. However, I think its efficacy is actually lowering because more and more options are on the market to buy Bitcoin directly from like PayPal or from Cash App, and you don't necessarily need to go through the stablecoin market in order to buy Bitcoin like you did, just a year ago. So, real quickly, this is the stablecoin ratio supply, ratio between Bitcoin supply and the supply of stablecoins noted in BTC. So basically, we can see, how many people are coming into this market, buying the USDT, USDC coins, the stable coins, and then that lets us know if a lot more people are buying those coins, that's usually a gateway to buying Bitcoin. So it's a good indicator that if the stablecoin market, if the stablecoin purchases are going up, more people are coming into the space, more people are going to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, but like I said, it's and you can see here, starting in March, this chart has really deviated because, and my analysis is because there's so many more ways to buy Bitcoin now and not having to go directly through the whole stablecoin marketplace.
I love about this chart too, and something that you guys can take advantage of, even if you have zero interest in buying Bitcoin, which of course we do, but you can actually lend out stable coins. You can make it while everybody's going and buying up stable coins. You can make money on lending, which is amazing. You can also lend out your Bitcoin as well, which we like because, Bitcoin is a non-inflationary supply of token versus, most government currencies, if not all, are, inflationary by design for distribution purposes, right? The more people hold the US dollar, the more hands that it can possibly change with. So, government currencies are inflationary by design. And of course, Bitcoin is not. You can always make money when the market's going up, even if you're holding stable tokens.
Definitely. Another interesting fact I was talking to you about today, and then we're going to go to Satoshi. And we talk about this every day, Mike, is like, how do we compare Bitcoin to gold? And we said, the gold market is between 10 and 11 trillion. The Bitcoin market is at 1 trillion, so it's at 10%. Now, the whole cryptocurrency market is at 2 trillion. But if we take those numbers and we say, okay, Bitcoin is worth 10% of the gold market, and you can agree or disagree whether that valuation is correct. That's what it is today. If we look at the market on a bigger scale and we say, what is the total global wealth, right? The total global wealth out there is 400 trillion. And the cryptocurrency market is at 2 trillion. So, how much?
Wait, hold on. Run through that. So how much of the current wealth is in cryptocurrency percentage wise?
Yeah. Let me just pull up my calculator.
How much are we allocated?
So we are allocated about 0.005% of the total wealth of the world is in cryptocurrency market. And
Wait. No, you said 2 trillion and a total of 400 trillion.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so wait, that would be half a percent.
Exactly.
Sorry, 0.005 is half a percent. So
right.
It's half a percent. We're not even halfway there.
We're not even,
and we can't even see the top. We can't even see the top yet.
And let's take it a step further. Even though I love the altcoin market, and I think that market is going to explode even bigger. But let's just take it to like the Bitcoin market, right? The Bitcoin market is worth $1.2 trillion, right? The overall global wealth is worth 400 trillion. So how much of Bitcoin is a percentage of the overall wealth of Earth, right? And that's at 0.3%. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm letting our listeners know that we are just in the beginning here. You can't tell me that Bitcoin should not even be worth 1% of the overall global wealth right now, when it's, a fixed supply. It's got high supply and demand right now, or high demand. So I think in my analysis,
let's look at what Jim Cramer's recommendation was. He recommended buy. Yeah, that guy. He recommended you hold. He shifted his opinion from 10% of your portfolio in gold to 5% Bitcoin, right? Specifically Bitcoin.
He split it in half. I think that's. It's not like he said 25%.
Well,
if
you listen to that guy, you've lost money over the last 10 years.
Well, I mean, you got to take all this analysis with you got to do your own research at the end of the day. Even the stuff we're talking about here, you got to do your own research. You can't just take our word for it. But you're right. But my point in saying this with the whole what's the total global wealth? 400 trillion. What's the wealth of Bitcoin? 1.2 trillion. And we're looking at a 0.3, right? 0.3% of the overall wealth is in Bitcoin. I'm letting our listeners know that if you want to make money in the next 5 years, you buy Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin only has.
Do you mean in the crypto market as a whole, or do you mean specifically Bitcoin?
I'm talking specifically Bitcoin versus the total global wealth.
Oh, but you said 2 trillion. That's the total crypto market cap.
1.2 trillion is what.
Bitcoin is. Gotcha.
Yeah, is what Bitcoin is worth today. Is the market value of Bitcoin 1.2, and the total value of the wealth is 400 trillion. So. I'm just making a comparison between the total global wealth versus Bitcoin. I'm sure Satoshi here may be able to shed some light on that for us, because he definitely is in this space and understands it really well. But in my analysis, all I'm saying is that Bitcoin has a lot of room to grow. I could see easily Bitcoin being 1% at least of the total global wealth, which would mean that we are undervalued by a tune of 3 times.
Right, and I think it's important to understand, like, why is Bitcoin the one, right? So let's just basic economics. For example, it can handle the transaction volumes. The transaction volume of Bitcoin is twice that of Ethereum in the last 24 hours, and as well, it's a more liquid asset because the total value of Bitcoin is much higher. It's a more liquid asset. Also Ethereum has act as a sort of a little bit centralized. So Bitcoin is the true decentralized currency, non-discretionary, doesn't care who you are. If you had bought and hold it 4 years ago, you'd have no less than a 10 times return. You're muted, Noah. What happened?
I feel like if you buy and hold today, you are looking at no less than a 4 times return, to be honest, because it only has room to grow. Satoshi, I'm going to tell us what your thoughts are on this.
I put it at 2 times gold and
2 times.
Wow. 20 trillion. And by the way, how amazing. Smart again. Once it's at that value, which means I think a 20-fold from here. Once it's at that, or not exactly, a little bit of 18-fold. Once it's at that value, then every Satoshi is worth 1 cent. How convenient. And in addition, I don't think that's where the value will end in terms of growth. But kind of that's where it will stabilize, and from there on just grow a lot less, because it then caught up to the position it should be at as the reserve currency of the central banks. replacing the US dollar. Although they just printed so much, maybe it could go higher than 20 trillion. Because at the time it came out, the debt was around 20 trillion or 18. Well, a bit less, but that was the logic.
I mean, if I understood him right there, Mike, and please, I'm a little speechless here. We're currently sitting at a $1.2 trillion valuation for Bitcoin. And Satoshi 2009 just said that he thinks it's the real valuation of Bitcoin should be 2 times that of gold, equaling 20 trillion. So we're looking at a 20 times. I mean, that's amazing. I don't know, Mike, you're on mute right now. That's what I understood.
No, yeah, sorry, that is correct. But I mean, yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And, you know, the growth that is going to result from Bitcoin, you know, making that kind of growth is astronomical. And, you know, look, people, I'm sure plenty of people did well in 2017. They got in the ICOs, they got in this and that. But this space needed to evolve. It needed time, and it needed people to make mistakes. Now we have real projects. We have real services. I want to read you something from our Discord. This guy, or perhaps, somewhere on Discord. This guy was talking about Luna, and I just want to take you through what he was saying about Luna. He said, the cool thing is they're creating the whole financial stack in a completely permissionless, decentralized way. Everything is fast, cheap, and totally in your control at every step of the way. I can, 1, use USDT, you know, US dollars, to buy Luna. 2, convert the Luna into bonded Luna and Anchor to take a loan out against the Luna as a form of collateral. So what you do is you take a loan against your stable coin, in this case. Take my new loan and go to Mirror and buy Tesla stock and provide liquidity for Apple and Netflix. Wow. So Noah, we're entering a new era where you can provide liquidity and make money off of people swapping Apple or Netflix. How is that? Sorry, you're muted again. I don't know if there's something going on in your background. Or were you just listening?
No. I was just listening, and I totally blanked. But if you're just listening to us, we are also on our Discord at the moment. We are sharing our screens, so you can see the charts we're talking about. Mike just talked about Luna. I brought up Luna's website so we can actually see specifically what he's referring to. And yeah, Mike, I mean that's big news. It's groundbreaking for Luna. I know this project.
And all of that I mentioned, Noah, cost him 15 cents. It cost him 15 cents to buy Luna, to take the Luna and take out a loan against it, take his loan, and then go and buy some stock like Tesla, for example. This is groundbreaking, and I don't think anybody really knows about. Look, I didn't even know that you could, string things together like that and go and do that. But I think when people on the stock market find out about this stuff, they're going to go nuts. But nobody that is using Robinhood knows that you can do this. I didn't even know. But look, this is, guys, we're in a totally new era here. If you're listening to us now, you're completely early. Nobody is using a lot of these services that are, fully functioning and just ready for people to start using them. Even if you're buying something that's already appreciated in value, crazy, like Luna, you're probably still according to this guy, not financial advice. I'm sure, he's not a financial advisor. He says you're going to do well long-term because he believes that people are going to take out loans and do these kinds of things. And they burn Luna as well. So, and with stocks too, Noah, they can just print more shares. They can go and sell shares to their buddies and dilute your shares. And guess what? You can't do squat about it.
Yeah.
This is empowering people in a way that they've never been empowered before. And there's transparency. We can see all the transactions. We have the Glassnode that you just pulled up where we can see what's happening on the chain. guys, we didn't have this before because the whole financial system was hiding all of this stuff from us.
Yeah.
And what that did was that made people comfortable, put people in comfortable positions, and they didn't have to change anything. And now they've made the whole system to some extent where nothing has to change. And decentralization is going to completely wipe that out potentially. Now, of course, governments and regulation, like we're capped by that a little bit for sure. But this is life-changing stuff. And I think if you don't understand why, just keep listening and eventually it will sink in. But just, have faith in this system, because this completely removes the sort of hidden money that's always been there.
Yeah.
And if you guys are enjoying the show, make sure to give us a follow, share the show, clap it up, and you can join the conversation on Discord by going to my Instagram, click on the link tree, click on the Discord link, and you'll be able to see Noah's screen.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. We actually went through several charts. We just finished going through. We were looking at why we're bullish on Bitcoin, and the charts that we just shared with you guys on our Discord, which definitely is worth taking a look at, are the stock to flow deflection ratio. We took a look at that. We saw that, we're not overheated. The market still has a lot of room to grow for Bitcoin. So that's a bullish indicator. We looked at the Bitcoin miner net position change. What are miners doing with their rewards, with their Bitcoin? They're holding, they're not selling. That's a good indicator that the price of Bitcoin is going to go up. We looked at the stable supply ratio. And, right now I have on my chart here is the Bitcoin market cap, as we were talking about what the value of Bitcoin was. Mike, I want to kind of change what we're talking about here, and let's go back to the standard hash rate, which is a token that you were talking about last week on our program. And
yes.
if you had got into it, and I'm going to pull up that website right now.
You can go to tell them the website.
Yeah, so I have it up on my screen right now. If you're watching on our Discord, if you're not, you can go to btcst.finance. And Mike, maybe you explain a little bit of what this is, and then I'll pull up the charts and you can explain how you identified when to take a position in this. You've been right on. If you followed us, you've made some money on this already, and it's holding strong. So yeah, Mike, tell us what's BTC, what's standard hash rate?
So the first most important thing is this is in the category of real world assets. So you're owning a token that is linked to a real world asset, game changing. And so what you own when you own one of these BTCST is you own 0.01 terahash per second of Bitcoin mining power. This is backed by the top mining groups, Atlas Mining, Genesis Mining. Those groups are very well known. They're the top mining groups, and it's been that way for a long time. And these groups represent 12% of the total Bitcoin mining power. So they have a lot of leverage over the network, and they came together to make this token. This token is only at, 600 million market cap? I think, Noah, that's still very modest and humble of a market cap at 600 million for 12% of the mining power, right? So
yeah, totally.
You're entitled to mining power. You can then take that mining token and you can stake it and then actually get a what's called a synthetic asset. If you guys have heard of synthetics, it's pretty much the same thing. You're getting a Bitcoin that represents a version of Bitcoin that represents the Bitcoin on the back end that's being received by the miner. So that's why we believe that this project is really big long term. To own that real estate is definitely a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike, I don't know if you can change our name here. I'm not able to change it because I think you reset it. But to say, follow us live on Discord, watch the screen live on something like this. Because
I'll change it to Talk.Crypto.
I think it's really valuable to actually see these charts.
Discord.
Jonas, what's up? What's on your mind?
I do interest.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're maturing as a show, and we'll get to the point where we're gonna have to have people follow us to
play their messages.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because at least then we know you're serious. Even if you unfollow us 2 seconds later, we don't care. We just want some level of seriousness. And yeah. So, anyways, continuing.
I believe Ivan has been on our show before. I'm going to play his message. Cecily, I see you just joined the Discord. Welcome. You want to click that link called Join Voice. Everybody's on mute except for Mike and I. Right now, I'm sharing my screen, so you can click on my screen. You can see I pulled up the Bitcoin standard hash rate chart because Mike was talking about how he identified when to take a position in BTCT. We're going to get back to that in a second, but first I want to play Ivan. Ivan, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Kind of a new listener with the whole crypto game. I appreciate your time. Nice to meet you, Crypto Nomad. Alpha QI is gym coaching out here in Austin. I just had a question about what is your general crypto investing strategy? Is this kind of like a long-term hold game, or are you kind of basically supplementing your current income with trading crypto, a little mix of both? I just kind of want to get the feel of what your outcome is to your crypto investment strategy. I appreciate it, guys. Have a great show.
Yeah, thanks, Ivan. I think our investment strategies are a bit different. I'll explain mine, and then Mike can explain his briefly. So briefly, mine, I do in 3 buckets. I have 3 buckets. I have long-term hold, where I am just buying Bitcoin. I'm accumulating it, and I am planning not to sell it. Whenever it dips, I buy. Whenever I think it's going to go higher, I buy. And there's never a bad time to buy Bitcoin. If you've been listening to us, we're very bullish on the market valuation of Bitcoin. So, that is my holding bag. I then have my swing trading bag. I'm trading in the market. I'm doing it. I try and do day trades. We talk about here on the show about some of the positions I take. I've taken every morning. I take new positions. Today we talked about 2 positions I took, and I usually don't go to bed with those positions open. I try. These are trades that I'm day trading. Now I'm doing this all day long, so that might not be feasible for other people. But I am doing this all day long. I'm watching the charts. So that's my day trading strategy. Then I have my bot trading strategy, which is I have these bots running in the background. They are opening up deals on their own and closing deals on their own. It's complete passive income. I check my bots once a week. I'm expecting around a 1% return a day on my bots. I've allocated low 5 figures to my bots, and each bucket is about in about the 5-figure range, and those are my 3 buckets I do with cryptocurrency. But let me just say this before I let Mike again answer his strategy. Depending on which bucket it's in, right? If it's in the bot, I don't really care what deals to open. I'm trusting the indicator on which deals to open. It's irrelevant to me if it's a shit coin or if it's not a shit coin. If it's on the day trading, again, I'm looking for price action. I'm looking to make money off short-term price action. If it's in my holding bucket, then these are projects that I really know, I really believe in, I've done my research on, I think it's worth holding, and I have no plans of selling anytime. I'm probably going to take that capital gains tax and not my normal income tax. I'm not going to be trading this on under a year basis. So, I have 3 buckets there, and the most important thing I can tell you is, do your research on the projects you put your money in, especially if you plan on doing, monthly, weekly, or even yearly trading. Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah. So, just like Noah, I have a multi-pronged approach as well. That is split between spare cash. So we've talked about this, Noah. Spare cash we use for bot trading and for day trading. We have signals. So, maybe find yourself a signals group that you want to be a part of and, test out some small trades. Always start out small because there's always an opportunity to make money. And I think, for myself, I can speak that I didn't really understand that when I first started investing back in 2016, that I could start out small and there was always an opportunity to make money. You have to really sit back and understand that it does require having seen the game. Okay, so what's my approach? Number one, the most important thing that I think personally that sets me apart from pretty much every other investor is that I like to try out products before I really put a lot of money in them. So I start playing around with them. For example, Solana, I jumped on Solana. I started playing around with some of the platforms there. And because Noah and I have been making videos, I've been more prone to doing that. And that's how I found the best products. And I understand the risks and all that with the products because I actually go and play around with them. If you do that, you will find good projects and you will understand them better than 99.99999% of people because you've played around with them. So yeah, and I invest what I'm willing to lose in the long-term projects, and then I use the rest of my cash to trade with USDT. I'm also a software engineer, so I sort of, and Noah has other businesses as well. My long-term approach to crypto is to build myself into it. Even if I don't become super wealthy, like I don't care about the FU money. I care about what I do with it. And I'm serious. Like I don't like the concept of FU money. It makes you feel good, but if you don't do anything with it, then what's the point of you having that? That's for another topic. That's for another discussion. Hey, that's my philosophy, and it's not a shot at anybody. It's just I'm critical of myself in that way. So everybody might not feel that way. That's just me.
Right. So okay, that's interesting, Mike. I mean that's how you do your strategy. The other thing that we didn't talk about much, which I think is important. I mean, you talked about it a little bit, is that right now, because Mike and I are doing these shows every day, and we are constantly on our computers, constantly doing research, we are also identifying new token opportunities, ICOs, initial coin offerings, where you can actually get into these projects before they're released on the market. And the reason why we were late to do our show today is we've been waiting. And if you look at my screen right now, join us on Discord, go to our screen. There's a project that Mike and I have been waiting on right now. It's called the XFai LGE Liquidity Generation Event that we have been waiting on. We're waiting for the notice to say that it's going to go live soon.
Yeah, guys, clap it up. We have absolutely no affiliation with this project. Clap it up. Share the show. Follow.
I think, Mike, that's really important.
This is a historic event.
I think what you just said is really important. Even with BTCST, the Bitcoin hash rate, standard hash rate, with this XFi, Mike and I have no affiliation with these projects other than we've done our research and we're going to take a financial position in them. Outside of that, we don't, yes, we can talk to the developers. The communities are quite accessible over Discord and Telegram. So that's one huge plus in this industry, is that if you find a project you like, there's a good chance you can actually speak to the people who are behind that project, and that might make you more comfortable in investing in it. And Mike is part of this Telegram channel for this project that we've been waiting for their release this morning. And Mike, let me take this one call, and maybe you can talk a little about XFi and why this whole new project that we've been waiting on all morning to participate in.
Right.
Sorry, my little brother talked anyways. I am 21 and in.
All right, that's nothing. So, Mike, tell us, XFi. This is a new project.
Okay, so let's get to XFi. So what's the one-liner about XFi? They're trying to maximize capital for people that are investing in currencies with less than 400 million market cap.
So low cap coins. So
they're trying to maximize that investment. So the first thing that really stands out to me is that they will take one currency. So in this case, for this event, either USD Tether or USDC, which is Coinbase's stable coin, and they are going to do everything on the back end for you in terms of yield farming. So even if you have no experience yield farming, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is bring a MetaMask wallet. They only support MetaMask and some USD Tether or USDC.
And wait, just
again,
some background here. Yield farming, right? If you're beginning, you're not sure what he means by yield farming, right? It's decentralized finance. It's pretty much taking your tokens and putting them to work.
You get
for
paid
you.
in the token. You get paid in the token over time. You put your token in a pool, and then you get paid over time for that. What makes this?
Yeah, go ahead.
What makes this different from every other pool that has come before it? This is why this is historical. When the price of this,
Go ahead.
When the price of this token goes up, they will do what's called impermanent gain. So like normally we're used to hearing impermanent loss. They're like, all right, well, we're going to flip this thing on its head. We're going to do impermanent gain. So what happens is the token that's going up in value, you get more of that token.
Mike, I just shared my screen. Mike, on my screen, I just put the example of impermanent loss. Do you want to just guide us through it real quickly and why impermanent loss is such a risk for yield farmers?
Yeah, so impermanent loss comes from the swaps that happen. So the pool is always 50-50. So if it's US dollar and Canadian dollar or US dollar and Bitcoin, it's always 50-50 value-wise. And that's marked against the US dollar. So it's always 50-50 split.
So when you enter a pool, you have to enter in 50, equal parts, 2 tokens, and that pool always needs to stay 50-50. But that doesn't happen when people trade, right? Because when people trade, they might be taking more of one token out of the pool, which makes the pool imbalanced. And in order for it to become balanced, the pool needs to swap tokens.
Right.
So that's where you experience impermanent loss. Let me just take Mike's call real quickly. Mike, Larry, Draw, what's up?
This may sound like a dumb question, but I have to ask. When you cash out on a Bitcoin, where does that Bitcoin go? Does it just disappear? Like, is it not a Bitcoin anymore?
No,
it goes back to the market for someone else.
No, it's a good question. It actually, what happens, Mike, is it goes in somebody else's wallet. Now, what I think, so when you go and use like Binance, like a central exchange like Coinbase or Binance, I believe that they have one big wallet and they just, shift around like whose account owns that Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Because otherwise they'd have to pay for the transaction fees, right, Noah?
You're absolutely right. That's exactly how the centralized exchanges work. You're absolutely right. So there's a centralized ledger of what everyone has in their exchange wallet, and you're not actually paying those exchange fees every time you buy and sell Bitcoin, right? You're just buying and sell Bitcoin on their network.
The gas fees for Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Right. Maddie, what's up?
Do you think there'll ever be a film made about crypto, like the origins and what it's all going through right now?
I mean, of course there will be. There's already a ton of stuff out there on YouTube, but just be careful of all the clickbait material out there. But as we talked about previously, this is the beginning. I mean, you're still on the early phases. Bitcoin is only 0.3% of the world's global wealth. 0.3%. I mean, we hear about it nonstop. It's a buzzword that we hear nonstop every day. And the overall value of Bitcoin compared to the overall wealth in our society on a whole is only 0.3%.
You know what? I think for this cycle, I don't even think that we're close to having the euphoria set in. I think people are still like skeptical, but literally when everybody and their mom is like watching Bitcoin price movements, that's when there's something happening here, and we're kind of at the height of the euphoria. But the important thing that Noah and I talk about a lot is really keeping your head on straight and realizing that there is going to be euphoria at the top of the cycle, and this is what happens in every emerging market. So, just be careful and keep your head on straight and make sure that your expectations are realistic, because I think it's going to get out of hand. I think we're now approaching, we're just in like the second phase, would you say, Noah? You know what? I'm going to go with phase 3. I'm going to go with phase 3. Yeah. Because first phase was like getting past the previous all-time high. Then second phase was like pushing up to, a new all-time high and then dip back down. Maybe phase 4 even, you might argue, because we've kind of topped out, like had two mini tops past the all-time high.
I think after the next halving, maybe after the next dip, we can say phase 4. I think we're nearing the end of phase 3, which will be the end of this year. Maddie?
I think it'll only really hit society with the awareness of crypto is when people are buying stuff online on the main platforms like Amazon, eBay, whatever else everyone uses, the majority. I actually see buttons saying pay in Bitcoin or pay in Ethereum or fucking Dogecoin. Why not?
Yeah. Why does everybody calls Dogecoin?
Well, because it's spelled Dogecoin. But Dodge is DODGE.
But I guess for people, it's funny because it's like this token is drawing a whole new audience, and because they're curious about it. My mom actually said, one of my friends said that he made money on, I think she had also called it Dogecoin or Doge. I don't remember how she pronounced it, but when people mispronounce it, that they're not familiar with the origins of it. Yeah, no. It's not a shot against anybody. It's just to say that that people that aren't familiar with this are coming in and they're curious about it.
Yeah. Listen, I want to get to Cecily. She joined she's been joining our chat daily, which Cecily, thank you for being here. And she's actually on our Discord watching my screen right now. So Cecily, what's on your mind?
Hey guys, so you keep citing the world's global wealth. What's your source for that? Are you using the World Bank report, Credit Suisse? Is it let me know. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me pull it up right here. I was doing research this morning on Bitcoin news. Let's see here. I'll get that up and I'll tell you in a second. Mike, you want to talk while I do this quick research?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to continue to talk about XFai. Again, we have no affiliation with this whatsoever, but this is a kind of like once in a blue moon type opportunity. So we just wanted to share with our community, and you guys are welcome to join us in Discord after the show. We are going to be discussing what's going on during the event. I think there's going to be so many people in our Discord that we might not be able to have everybody talk, but we do want to at least share the information and make sure that people don't get scammed, because there are people in other Telegram groups. They're in the wrong group, and they're probably getting scammed right now as we speak. And we would prefer that if you're going to take part in something like this, that you do so safely, and you at least message us if you think anything is a scam.
Right. So just getting to Cecily's comment, Cecily. So I was checking out news this morning on CNBC. So you can go to cnbc.com. They had a news article from Novogratz, which is a former Goldman Sachs hedge fund manager, and he also worked at Fortress Bank. And he was discussing about comparing the global wealth compared to Bitcoin this morning on CNBC, and they have an article on it, where he was explaining that right now the total crypto wealth is roughly $2 trillion, and that's only that's 1/2 of 1%, 0.5% of all the wealth in the world. And what I was explaining was I was taking the altcoins out of that, and I was saying what is just Bitcoin's value compared to the global wealth. So around 1.2 trillion. into the $400 trillion global wealth out there. And global wealth is estimated around $400 trillion. That number came from Credit Suisse, so you can check them out, and that's from their report in October. So, maybe, so, yeah.
And there's more money that's been printed. What's good?
Should call it Shiba coin instead.
I actually have a Shiba.
Do you guys think there's a possibility that, say, the big banks around the world, do you think that they may acquire certain cryptos? And if so, what will happen to the actual cryptos that people are trading? Will they still have access to that crypto? Or, I don't know, what would happen with it all?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's a good question. And you're seeing right now a split, right? You're seeing that there are banks out there like HSBC, which we covered yesterday in our news section. You can check that out on our YouTube. We post our podcast on YouTube. That they said that they're never going to enter the cryptocurrency market. They don't like it. They don't understand it. And, it's not going anywhere. That's HSBC. On the other side, you have guys like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, some of the biggest banks in the world saying our clients are demanding that we buy Bitcoin. So I think what you're going to see is that, and what we've been seeing, and Mike, I know you can back me up on this, every time we have a small dip, institutions are coming in and buying that up. They're seeing the same analysis that we're seeing, that Bitcoin is undervalued, even at the current price. So when there's a small dip, it's not retail investors coming in and buying up that dip because there is so much volume there. Retail investors don't have that much money. It's these institutions, these banks that are coming in and saying, yo, we've been late to the party the past 10 years. Let's not be late anymore. And you're going to see more institutions buy up the dips on Bitcoin. Your question was, is that going to leave any room for retail investors? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is, because we can buy fractional, shares of Bitcoin. And, there isn't, I asked Mike a question in a previous podcast and said, Mike, if I had $1.2 trillion, could I buy up all the Bitcoin? And the answer is no.
And yeah, because there's not all of that is actually on the exchanges for you to go and scoop up. You might have to acquire it privately, so.
But not only that, as you buy Bitcoin, the price goes up.
Right.
So if I were looking to buy and I had 1.2 trillion, by the time I put in my first 100 million, I don't have enough money now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, look, that's what we've been talking about. And if you're joining us, join our Discord, because we are doing screen share on our Discord where we're actually going through some of the charts and on why we're so bullish on Bitcoin. And I went through a few charts. If you're on there right now, let me pull up one that, we have a subscription to a few services, one being Glassnode, where we can actually check out some of the charts here that, kind of back up our analysis as to why we're so bullish where Bitcoin is going. The one I just pulled up is the Bitcoin stock to flow ratio, right? I didn't cover this yet today, but the stock to flow ratio is a popular model that assumes that the scarcity drives value. Mm-hmm. Stock to flow is defined as ratio of the current stock of a commodity, in this case, the circulating Bitcoin supply, and the flow of new production, newly minted Bitcoins. And you can see that in this chart here, we still have a lot of room to grow before there's a large deviation here, which tells me that we are more bullish, that there is room to grow in Bitcoin. I just lowered my chart, to a 1 month vantage point, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. If we were to back up here on this chart, and you can see that when Bitcoin surpasses, the price of Bitcoin surpasses the stock to flow ratio, we usually experience a dip, right? This happened here on February 19th. It happened again on January 8th, right? So you can see that when we cross that stock to flow ratio line, and I really encourage our listeners to go on our Discord, go to our screen share section so you can see my screen and see exactly what I'm talking about. We are at a low point right now when comparing the price of Bitcoin to the stock to flow ratio, which tells me that we have a lot of room to grow, which makes me bullish on the price of Bitcoin. Michael, what's up? Satoshi, glad to have you back.
Well, I want to say something. Your concern is a valid one in the old world. And partially why Satoshi created Bitcoin is to exactly shift into a new world where it doesn't matter what the banks buy or not buy. It will not impact anyone else who has that coin in a safe wallet. So in regards to Bitcoin, and I think most of banks, if they invest, they buy some Bitcoins. Hey, have them buy in. They drive my value and my price up.
Yes.
Welcome.
Exactly. He's exactly right, right? Those institutions are going to just drive the value up of Bitcoin. So, better to be a long-term holder, buy your Bitcoin, don't sell it, just keep accumulating, buy the dips. I mean, I know what I'm saying sounds repetitive and it sounds like everyone is saying it, but there's truth in those words. Buy the dip, accumulate Bitcoin, hold.
Hey, should we play the buy the dip song?
I don't know. Our last we went through some trouble getting our last YouTube.
We could do it as an outro.
Okay, but we got in trouble with our YouTube last podcast by playing our music and copyright issues. So
which one? The
Grimes.
Really?
Yeah, they caught us.
Oh man, they got us.
They got us.
Yo, it was when we broke 100 subscribers. That's when they got us.
Right? Someone's paying attention to us now.
Yeah.
we're somebody. We're somebody now.
It was before 100 subscribers, like all bots, and now it's like real people.
Satoshi, drop that knowledge.
What I mean with the new world, they can't, just by buying the coin, you cannot corrupt the chain. You cannot control the game, because that's what banks and the big money always did. They would come in and then control and manipulate and change the rules in their favor, right? They can't do this with Bitcoin. That's the power of Bitcoin. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. That's the amazing thing about Bitcoin. That's why I am so deep into Bitcoin, because I'm sick and tired of that old world bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. I just pulled up another chart on my computer here. So if you're watching in our Discord, you'll see that I'm on Glassnode. And I pulled up another chart. This is Grayscale Holdings. And Grayscale is a very early adopter of Bitcoin. They've done extremely well in it. And you can see, their holdings just continuing to increase. You never see them sell. This is one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin. They have a whole Bitcoin fund. And you could just see here, if you want to follow what what the smart institutional money's doing, look at Grayscale and look at how they climb, their holdings climb as the price of Bitcoin climbs. They are bullish on Bitcoin, meaning they buy Bitcoin as Bitcoin increases. I mean, if you want to be in that marketplace, then you gotta wake up in the morning, put on your big boy pants, and don't be afraid to buy Bitcoin at an all-time high. I'm not saying now is the time to buy Bitcoin, but I'm just saying that
we don't need to shill Bitcoin. Bitcoin shills itself because the chart only goes up and to the right. Find me something like Bitcoin that just only goes up and to the right, and I'm pretty sure you can convince people to buy it.
Yeah.
Tell you what, let me know all the key phrases that you guys want to use, and me and my friends will probably make music just for it.
Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna get at you in the Discord, and we'll message you. Maybe you can work with Dwayne on it. Dwayne's our team, one of our team members in St. Martin, and we appreciate. We're just growing here. So if you guys want to be part of the team, more power to you. We're open to that. If you're advanced like Satoshi here, and you want to create some videos for Talk.Crypto, just send us the raw footage. We'll do all the editing, the graphics, and we'll get it out there. We're open to expanding this community. We appreciate everyone who's been listening to us. You guys are awesome. You come back all the time. So I guess you guys are getting some value out of what we're talking about here. Otherwise, why would you be wasting your time with just my
Yeah, we appreciate it, guys. And keep in mind, after the show, we are going to be meeting in the Discord. We have a special event, XFai, that is going to be launching. Noah, I just looked at their token supply. So they're starting out with, this is very unique. They're starting out with, the total supply is 400 million tokens. And out of those 400 million, 50% of them will be released through this liquidity farming. And the token price starts at 10 cents. It's at a 40 million market cap. And of course, only half of that is available through this farming event, which you don't need any experience with farming because it's a one-click deposit, boom.
I'm going to play a couple of these messages here, but for our listeners, if you really want to get value out of what we're saying, it's best to follow along visually with the charts we're bringing up. And the way to do that is join our Discord. It's free. We have about 8 people in there right now who are actually looking at my screen as I talk, and we can actually do some price analysis. If you have an altcoin that asking, hey, is it a good time to buy? We can actually pull up the chart and we can tell you what we think. And we got some great, powerful indicators, great, powerful technical analysis signals here that will tell us, whether it's the right time to buy or not. Satoshi, what's up?
I think put in the mindset something even more important. Trade on in the altcoins. You can make more profits there. But when the bear comes, when the cycle ends, and it will end at some point, then jump into Bitcoin. Change as soon as you can when it starts really dropping, when you realize this is going to go back, go into Bitcoin. And when the Bitcoin drops in value, don't freak out, don't be worried, and understand whatever you put right now into Bitcoin, look at it 2025, 2030. Don't think about it. Everything in between is noise. Because if you do this, if you can have your mindset prepared for that, you will be a lot richer by 2025, 2030.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. Don't get scared.
Basic mechanics, baby. Non-inflationary supply. As long as the U.S. and other countries continue printing money, the value of Bitcoin will appreciate in U.S. dollars, right? If they double the money supply today, Bitcoin is worth twice as much.
So, Mike, what he mentioned there in the beginning of his comment is actually quite powerful, and a lot of people don't understand what this is. He was saying that when altcoins, you can make money in the altcoin market, right? And when the market goes bearish, you need to hold. You don't necessarily want to be in the altcoin market when the market goes bearish. But what he's talking about here is something called altcoin season. That maybe a lot of listeners aren't familiar what altcoin season is. And if you look at my computer screen here, I've pulled up altcoin. I pulled up the altcoin season indicator, the index, right, which tells us. And what is altcoin season? Altcoin season is when 75% of the top 50 coins perform better than Bitcoin over the last 90 days. That is when it's altcoin season, right? So currently we're in altcoin season right now, right? Oh yeah, in a big way.
Wow.
I mean, it's actually getting overheated, which means that we may be now if you're invested in altcoins, that's smart. But when we're overheated to this extent, we're expecting a pullback in altcoins. So I've been saying this for a while that end of this month, this is going to be a good month for altcoins. But next month, in the beginning of next month, maybe you should turn off those bots. Maybe you should think about twice before putting too much money in altcoins, because we're going to enter into a bearish market with the altcoin where Bitcoin is going to outperform altcoins, meaning, get your money out of the altcoin market and put it into Bitcoin. And what I'm pulling up here is you can see here, and this is awesome. This chart is awesome. If you're watching along, you can see the top 50 performance over the last 90 days. And I mean, look at the top 2, Mike. Do you recognize the top 2?
Of altcoins?
Of the altcoins, the top performing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's Ethereum and Binance Coin.
No, man, Cake.
In terms of what percent gain or
over the return over the last 90 days.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we have Cake here, right, which is the native token of PancakeSwap, which had a 4,000% return over the last 90 days. Amazing, right? just leading the altcoin market here. And then the next token underneath that is the one that we've actually been talking about today, and we actually placed an investment in. If you've been listening to our show, it's Chiliz, right? And if you're in Europe, you might actually know what this is. But we've actually, we were talking about this today, and it's actually one of the top performing altcoins of the past 90 days. Couldn't have been more relevant. I didn't plan this myself. So, this is the world's leading blockchain for sports and entertainment. You can buy tokens for your favorite European soccer teams. And this, we believe, it came out with some good news today. So that's why I took a position in it. But when I go back to the altcoin season index, are we in the altcoin season? And I can see what are the top performing coins. I mean, Mike, look at this. We have PancakeSwap. We have Chiliz, right? We have BitTorrent. We have Luna, EngineCoin, Dogecoin, BNB, Solana, Filecoin. Do these sound familiar to you, or are these the tokens that we talk about every single show?
Pretty much.
VeChain.
Rinse and repeat, baby. Rinse and repeat. Look, we are open to any sort of criticisms that people bring onto this show. It's great to have listeners that push back on us. That's how we got started with this show. That's how we really engage with our community, is by them, being critical of some of the things that we mentioned on the show. So we encourage our listeners, and hey, you know what? It makes a very entertaining show, especially when people come in here and ask about XRP, but we will, kindly skip that topic.
But I mean, just amazing. And we say, we're going to close up the show pretty soon. So get your calls in now. We've been on this for a couple hours.
And make sure to join us for the post-show event, which is XFai. They're going to change the decentralized finance game. DeFi is huge right now, and these guys are only going to propel the space forward. So if you want to join us for that event, click on my face, go to my Instagram, click on Linktree, then click on the Discord link, and you will be taken into our Discord where you can join us for this event. We'll be giving the details on our Discord.
Yeah, and we have no stake in this event other than we are actually going to invest ourselves. Mike has allocated some money to invest. I've allocated less than Mike to invest in it, mainly because Mike has been spearheading the research on this, and I've been working on other things, so I haven't been able to just do such a deep dive as Mike has, and I reflect that in the investment allocation that I'm doing. Right, I want to know where I'm putting my money.
Right.
So yeah,
you have to feel comfortable as an individual at the end of the day, and like Noah and I both know, like, no matter how much you dump into a single project, like there's always going to be another one. And having that cash available for the next thing, it's about being patient. I want to read this tweet that I posted
CZ?
on our Discord. Not CZ. Okay. Sometimes your best days as a trader are the days when you make no trades at all. In crypto, patience is a real gem. This is a guy that's, you can go on his Twitter. He's getting like 20Xs, 50Xs. And he just is patient, and he, monitors the long-term trends of things. And, that's the approach that we take as well. It's just different. What's your time frame?
Right. And, after the show, we're going to be doing this on XFi. You can join us, watch along on our Discord. We share our screens. You can see exactly what we're doing, and you can actually do the same on your screen if you want to do it. In order to partake in XFi, you need to have a wallet on the Ethereum blockchain. You need to have some USDT in your wallet. You need to have a little bit of Ethereum for that gas fee in your wallet, and that's all you need. And then you're going to go and you're going to stake your USDT on the XFi platform, and they are going to do the yield farming for you, right? This is a new type of yield farming. It's brand new in the DeFi space. No one has done this.
It's one click deposit. If the price of the token goes up, you get more of the token that's going up in value, which in this case is XFit. So this is a huge, these are guys that have been in this space for a long time. They have multiple patents. Again, we have no affiliation with this. I'm just reading through this as we're doing this podcast.
And Mike, you said
the founder has multiple patents. This guy holds specific patents which support large technologies with key foundational modules, and they are looking to change the DeFi space, which, as we know, is only second to NFTs in terms of buzzwords.
Mike, you said something earlier today that I don't think you mentioned on the show, which was that the group behind XFai actually have put aside $5 million, which they're going to release not all at once, but over time, right? To keep
as liquidity. No, so they have liquidity to back their token. This is huge, Noah, because we look at charts all the time, and liquidity, as we both know, is very important. So to get that initial farming and keep the price stable of the token, they've got $5 million of liquidity. What project has $5 million to start?
Yeah, amazing.
Of liquidity.
Incredible. That makes you feel just so much more comfortable investing in
the
this.
Price it's not going to be like it's not, the price is going to remain stable because of that liquidity.
Yeah, definitely. And guys, if you're just joining us, or if you're not just joining us, send us both a follow so you get updated the next time we go live. We try and do this every morning. Today was a little late because we've been doing a lot of research on this XFi project. But definitely send us a follow. You can join our Discord for free. We're not going to be free forever. So, better to get in now before we close it off. We're already capping, we just reached 200 subscribers on YouTube. It was 100 a day ago. So that's growing really fast. Our Discord is growing really fast, which it's all really exciting. But understand our intention here isn't to be have the most followers. We're not trying to have the biggest Discord. We want the right people in our Discord, people who are going to learn with us, contribute to our conversation, and make us all better traders. So now's the time to get in on the ground floor with Talk.Crypto before we start charging new members to join our Discord and partake in some of the research and some of the investments that we're doing.
Maddie, okay, so if you guys are the Discord right now, go and check the yield farming channel. I have dropped the link, which has all the directions for this event that's about to take place. This is historic, you guys. You absolutely don't want to miss it. Even if you don't plan on putting any money in, just watch what happens. Come and join us and see what happens. And see this basically historic thing that's happening.
Right, even if you're not going to invest in it, it's cool to just see it for the first time. If you've never been part of a new project being exposed on, a new project coming out, it's kind of exciting for you to see what it takes for a new project to come out on the blockchain. So definitely check it out. Definitely worth your time. And let me get to Maddie's call here.
Do you guys have any predictions on once the pandemic is fully sorted out and gone, and people get back to real life stuff as such? Do you think the cryptos will, become more volatile, or other things? Do you guys have any?
Honestly, Maddie, the crypto, the whole pandemic has only helped the cryptocurrency market explode. Post-pandemic, I don't think we're going to see a slowdown. I keep saying that blockchain has grown 5 times faster than the internet, and it's an exponential growth. So as we continue to grow, we're going to speed up faster and faster and faster, where it's going to be mass adoption of this new technology. Newer efficiencies. People like to find newer and more efficient ways to do business, to transact business. We are in we're growing into a borderless society now. So, in my opinion, you're just going to see adoption grow even more and more as time goes on at a faster rate.
Yeah, and I want to draw attention here to Tone Vays' most recent video. The title is "Bitcoin Still Holding 63K. How Soon to 70K?" How about that? Yeah,
and I just pulled up. If you're watching us on the Discord, I just pulled up the Bitcoin chart, and we can see here. I'm on the. I'm going to move it to the 4-hour chart. I think that's a good one to look at. And this is beautiful. This is what I wanted to show you, Mike, earlier today, but we keep getting off topic. Look, Yesterday, April 13th, Bitcoin had a nice spike, right? We reached we reached 62,500. And what have we been doing since then? We've been in a consolidation period above 62.5. That's so strong for Bitcoin. I just see it like this makes me feel really comfortable that we are in a consolidation period above 62.5. We're holding our value above 62.5. I see here, Mike, if you're looking at my screen, that we do have we're very close to a future pivot point. And do you want to explain what that means?
A pivot point in terms of?
We're on Bitcoin price action. So I see.
Yes. Are we talking about market cap versus the price?
Well, what I have here, I have my 4-hour chart up here. I don't know if you can see my screen. And it looks like we have a future pivot point at 62,156. We're currently trading at 62.4.
Yeah, let me take a look at the chart here. I have to look on my own screen because for some reason the streaming is not working so well for me. If you guys do have problems in the Discord with the streaming, do let us know. We did just upgrade our Discord server, so you will experience the benefits of that.
But the best way to do it if you're having issues is just exit and re-enter, and it should work.
Right. Let's take a look at our momentum indicators here. What are you seeing, Noah, on the 4-hour chart? How's the 4-hour chart looking?
Pull that up. I wanted to get your opinion on the future. I'm looking at do you see that future pivot at 62?
Let's take a look here. Yes, I see it.
Right. So I know that you use this. You use this future pivot indicator.
Right.
And just explain how you use it.
I use it to determine if I'm in a short-term position. I use it as a key level to dictate on that time frame. Now I'm looking at the daily chart, and we have again the future pivot level at 62.3, and that determines whether we go into a short-term bearish mode on the daily time frame, or bullish. If we can hold this $62,000 level, we will continue to be bullish in the very, very short term.
Yeah, I didn't watch Tone Vays this morning, but I mean, this chart to me just looks beautiful on the day chart for Bitcoin.
We had a huge candle, and you can see those bottom wicks, those really long bottom wicks that just got eaten up. So we can say with confidence that any dips were completely bought up. Guys, this is extremely bullish. I've seen this in emerging markets before, specifically in the Canadian cannabis market back in 2017, 2018. This is a very strong market right now, and you don't want to bet against it. Not financial advice. I wouldn't bet against this market right now.
Right. So yeah, listen, guys, if you have any questions, comments, you want us to do any on-spot analysis, now's the time as we close up our show for today. We'll be back live tomorrow. Mike and I will continue to be on Discord. We'll probably continue to be chatting and sharing our screen. So if you want to continue the show, if you want to continue following along with us, do so on Discord because we aren't going to bed yet until we get into this XFai project, which is releasing today. It's kind of a historic moment for decentralized finance. And, you heard about it here first. You heard about it on Talk.Crypto.
Okay, so we have an announcement from XFai as of 5 minutes ago. The issue has been resolved. They're talking about some issue with the ETH network. We are waiting on Etherscan to implement the fix. We will soon be able to start our XFai liquidity generation event 1-hour countdown. Guys, this is a party like I've never seen before. And I feel like we're just getting started, Noah.
Definitely. Ivan, Ivan, I see that you're in our Discord now. Welcome. I'm not sure if you found your way into the screen share chat. So
yeah, jump into the stereo podcast voice chat at the bottom.
The bottom left, yeah. You'll see a bunch of us in there.
I did put instructions in general. I told you to click on the yield farming channel. And if you click on that yield farming channel, it'll take you to a link. You'll see the Medium link. And you're going to click on that Medium link. It has all the instructions there. Again, we have no affiliation with this project. This is their website. This is, their launch. So we are just giving out the instructions to the official website.
We're just giving you free advice here, or free information here that took Mike days
free for now. Look, Noah. There's the launch is there's no money to be made here because the launch is happening in like an hour. So we might as well just give it out to our community. And like, if you guys do really well in this, do only invest what you're willing to lose. That is just what I would do.
Mike, what is your potential here? What are you looking at for a potential gain here in doing this? What do you think the upside is?
Because I'm looking at this as a yield aggregator, kind of like Yearn Finance, right? I'm looking at this in the same thing where it's saving people money, it's optimizing their yields. I personally think it's more powerful than Yearn Finance. This is all execution, but you have guys that have been in the blockchain space forever. These guys have patents.
Listen. I pulled up the chart for Yearn Finance because I just want people to see, what the chart has done. And I know it's not necessarily a fair comparison, but I think it's worth taking a look at. I mean, Yearn Finance is currently valued at, what is this? 24,600.
No, it's 50. Yearn Finance is approaching 52,000. They did a token burn, and they did they were selling some at 45,000. They were selling some to people on the side. So it's at a 2 billion market cap right now. This launch is happening at 40 million market cap. And Noah, I'm very confident to make the wage that it's gonna do better than 40 million. I think this project is bigger than Yearn Finance. That's just my opinion. If this project succeeds, I think it's better than Yearn Finance at the current valuation of Yearn Finance. Then again, everything has to be proven, right? It requires time. But remember that Yearn Finance was the biggest skyrocketing DeFi project.
They really initiated the whole DeFi. I mean, that and compound and compound finance.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So we're looking at another historic advancement in the DeFi space. And look, I want to be involved with this project. I want to be as close to the community as I possibly can, because this is solving so many issues that, like I said, it advances the space forward so much. I want to read some more, Noah, for you here. So generally, you have to provide 2 tokens to get an APR, to get a return. And in this case, you're only providing 1 token. So in this case, you're giving your USDT or USDC. Again, I'm just reading off their website. The information is in our Discord. Providing 2 tokens for Liquidity Farm and Uniswap exposes the user to price fluctuations on both tokens. XFai, only 1 token required in liquidity pool, significantly reducing risk. Low fees are achieved by creating an efficient market on chain. As a result, traders are guaranteed the minimum fee required by the market, and liquidity providers the maximum amount of returns. This is maximizing returns for people that are providing liquidity to decentralized exchanges. This is going to propel the DeFi space forward very quickly. Noah, this is like a DeFi accelerator.
Yeah, I agree. It's
the more that I talk about it, the louder that the louder that I'm getting, because it's
the last project that Mike has been this excited about, to be honest with you guys, has been the standard hash rate, which we did cover a little bit today. If you're looking at my screen, this is that project here. And if you partook in it, you made some money. And we got some of our listeners messaging us on Discord being like, yo, I'm making money off of Mike's advice. And
We're just talking. We're just talking that talk.
But I mean, Mike. When Mike gets excited about a project, it's definitely worth paying attention to.
You guys should definitely be verified.
We appreciate you. We are really trying to, up the level of production quality on stereo. So we appreciate that. Noah puts a lot of work into this show. So, clap it up for Noah. Definitely give him a follow, share the show as well, because it helps more people find out about, the things that we're talking about. And, we get more listeners that push back on us.
And we want to caution our listeners, and if you're just joining the show, we want to caution you about fake experts in this field, on this platform and other platforms. You can't just take anyone's advice in this section. You got to do your own research. You can listen, but you got to do your own research, because there are so many scams just on this whole project we're talking about today, right? On the project on XFai, we came across a scam on XFi just this morning, because people know that they're eager to make money. People are eager to make money, and they're going to try and scam you any way they can, especially in an industry that you don't know much about. So you have to be careful for that. You have to be careful on the advice you take. Never give out your seed phrase. There are just key.
Always go to official websites. Look at Twitters. You have to know what the official Twitter is, because they'll link you all the information. Keep in mind, Twitters can get hacked. Websites can get hacked. We know everything can get hacked, but you have to try to get the best information sources that you can, and always go back and check information sources. We had a scam website that was sent to me in Telegram, and I went and checked the official Twitter for this project, and it's not legit. So we figured out that it was a scam pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I'm going to make some marks on my chart here. I want to show everyone, where on the BTCST, the last token that Mike was ecstatic about, that we both made some money and we're actually still in it. And I'm going to make a mark on my chart exactly where he called it and why.
Yeah, what's the price right now? Is it still sitting in the $80 range?
Yeah, it's $88.60. It's playing with the $90 range. Chris, what's up?
Hey, God bless you guys. If you're not smart enough to know that you might be duped, then you shouldn't be listening to radio shows or anything like that in general to begin with. Yeah. But the best you can do is put out your knowledge, share what you got, and if it's good, it's good. If it's good, it's great. Keep up what you're doing, dudes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I gave you a follow, man. That's real advice right there. And we're trying to help you guys build your own compass in this space, because it definitely helps us as well. If we can teach you how to fish, then perhaps you can show up at our house someday with something interesting.
Yeah, you never know. There might be a listener here, like for example, Spirit Bear or someone else who might go on to do some big things, and they got their start and got intrigued.
Look, we're just paying it forward. We're paying it forward. That's all it is. So we look forward to this XFi event. We're going to be hanging out for the next hour on our Discord, talking about it with our listeners. And when we get to the point where we have to explain to people what to do, again, this is all through their website. Make sure that you verify that everything is legitimate. We're gonna let you read the instructions, but we'll try to guide you through it as much as possible. If you have a MetaMask wallet, that's all you need. USD Tether, USDC,
and a little bit of Ethereum.
Yeah, you do need a little bit of Ethereum for the gas fees. Yeah. Again, guys, make sure that you actually go to the real information source. You really shouldn't even listen to us in the sense of us telling you what to do. You should follow the official instructions. So we'll just try to link you that, and any questions you have, you can ask us.
You've put that in the yield farming channel on our Discord. So, and that's a link directly to this platform's instructions, so hear it from the horse's mouth itself. Mike, Larry, draw.
In the Discord, can you please show the accurate XFi website, just so I know?
Yeah, we'll put it up there, but just so you know, the actual XFi website, I have it up on my screen, is just xfai.com, xfai.com, and you want to click on the LGE, the liquidity generation event. So I have it up on my screen right now, and we can definitely put it in the general tab in the Discord. Ivan, what's up?
Yeah, likewise. I second what everybody's been saying. You guys have been very informative, and I appreciate just kind of how straightforward with the information you are. I'm kind of new with the whole Discord thing just because of stereo. So I'm going to be jumping in there and just trying to learn little by little. But this is great because this is kind of building my confidence to consider the investing into crypto. I just really appreciate the information, guys, and I'll be staying tuned. I'm about to go train some of my clients. Have a wonderful day. I hope you guys have a great show, and I will talk to you all later. Peace out.
Nice, man. Thanks for joining us. And, I actually get down to Austin quite a bit. I have family in that area, and, maybe next time I'm there, I'll book a training session with you because I love to work out. I mean, Mike's a triathlon, so I don't know if he might run circles around us all. Me, I'm not. So, thanks for listening. We really appreciate you being here. I see that you joined the Discord. We're going to start doing the screen share on all of our stereo calls because I think you just get a lot more out of it when you can actually see the charts and you can understand what we're talking about, pull up the platforms that we're talking about. I just think it just takes us to the next level.
Bro, that would be awesome. Yeah, just hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram. I would love to have you here in the gym. Hit some mitts, hit the bag, do some weightlifting, whatever you want to do, man. That'd be awesome. It would be my honor.
Awesome, man. I love it. I'm actually, I love boxing. I try and do it several times a week. So yeah, anyway, off that, let's get back onto crypto. Mike?
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much wraps it up for us. If you guys want to take part in the after show, we're going to take part in this farming event that, again, I believe is like very rare and unique to see this fair.
Mike, is there a reason we're going to get off of stereo if we're just going to stay on Discord?
I mean, look, we can actually chat with our community members and have a more, group conversation instead of us just dominating the conversation. So I would say that would be the reason, if anything. Otherwise, it's just us two talking. And I think we've kind of, sussed this show out, and we can, give more time to our community.
Okay, that sounds good. So, everyone, thanks for listening today. It's been an exciting show. I think we just started adding visuals to our show. Using our Discord screen sharing, and we're talking about this new project that we're about to take part in. It's about to be released in under an hour. Mike, Larry, draw.
Everybody get on Discord. That'll solve a lot of issues too. Get on Discord. It's important. I'm on Discord right now. I'm seeing everything is important. Get on there.
Yeah, he's absolutely right.
Word.
And Mike, we actually created a Discord video tutorial guide on how to use Discord and how to use our Discord. I've been kind of slow to roll that out because in the back of my head, I think everyone should know how to use Discord. Like, how do you not know? But I understand that it's if you're not in the younger generation or not in the gaming section, Discord may be new to you. So I'm going to work on editing that video and getting that out for our community so you can see how you can search for different projects. You can, join the screen share. Mike, you might actually need to add some parts to that video that you did so that we can add the screen share capability in there. But just for the people who are on there right now, I see we have quite a few people in our group chat right now on Discord. I just want to point out two channels that are my personal favorites and how I use them. And then we'll definitely get off this show here. But my two favorite channels in our Discord, one is technical analysis, and I'm going to actually go to it right now so you can see what I'm talking about. So the first channel is technical analysis. I love this channel because, one, I like Benjamin Cowan. He does great technical analysis. He does it every day. You can get some ideas on where the price of different altcoins or even Bitcoin is going. Another one that is gold, like straight up, we'll call it straight up Bitcoin. is Tone Vase. Tone Vase travels the world. He is a longtime Bitcoin investor. He knows what he's talking about. Mike actually turned me on to Tone Vase, and I've been watching his show every day. He's currently in Turkey. He was just in Dubai. He's going to one of my favorite countries, the Republic of Georgia, next. And so check out those two videos. They've released these videos. They're not our videos. We are pulling them and putting them on our Discord because we think they're valuable, right? The other channel that I think is so valuable on our Discord that everyone should go when you first go on and check is the Project Deep Dive channel. And this is my favorite channel, hands down. And it's because Mr. Masa explains the industry so well. And you will find me repeating a lot of the stuff he says because he is just, I mean, first of all, he created, what was the project he created, Mike? Orb?
Orbs, yeah, Orbs. Blockchain, doing cross-chain interoperability.
I mean, but this wasn't like yesterday. This was before anyone else created blockchain interoperability. This guy's been on this. So he was the CEO and creator of Orb, a big blockchain application. And, you know, he just knows this industry so well. He does altcoin analysis. He does industry analysis. Whenever he has a new video, I watch it. I take notes. You know, I have a whole notebook of just Mr. Masa notes that I write down and I read on a daily basis because his information is so valuable. So those are my two things that you should check out there. Mike, I'm going to get to a few calls before we hang up here. Trem, what's up?
Hey, real quick before you guys leave, I was curious, which one should I follow if I would like to talk about and learn about NFTs?
Hold on.
And are they NFTs? Non-fungible tokens? Yes, NFTs. And how to create them.
You should definitely follow both of us, but no one knows somebody that has already minted their own NFT.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you should definitely everyone should be following both of us, period, because, you know, Mike and I do our shows daily, but sometimes we do other shows, and they might not be crypto related, but still we try and do them with, you know, informative people who are going to add value. But you should definitely follow both of us. We do have an NFT section in here. One of the guys on our team, Van Martian, he is minted his own NFTs, and we're actually in the process of minting our own NFTs on Bakery Swap, which is the NFT marketplace on the Binance Smart Chain, where the exchange fees are like 15 cents. So we've talked about that quite a bit. You can check out our YouTube videos where we talk about Bakery Swap and the whole NFT market. And NFTs are awesome. I'm not going to get into it right now, but just know that NFTs are going to change, not the art world, not the music world. You know, it is going to change that. But the real value in NFTs is, you know, in my opinion, is identity theft, is certifications, is, you know, tickets and to sporting events. You know, that's where I think we're going to see the biggest growth in the NFT marketplace. Daniel, what's up?
Hey guys, it's Dan Star here. How are you guys going tonight? What time is it over there? How are you tonight?
Yeah, Dan, it's actually noon for us over here at 12:30.
Hey guys, it's Dan Star.
That's the same one.
You sound really awesome. All I'm saying, you sound really
cool.
We
appreciate you, man.
What's the topic today?
Thank you, Dan. We're finishing up our show actually, so we're gonna put this on YouTube. It'll probably be up later this afternoon, and you can go back, and we usually, you know, section it out. So if you just want to hear something about Bitcoin price action, you can just go to that section and follow along. But we do this show every day, and yeah, thanks for joining. Follow us. You'll get a notification next time we go live. We try and do it around 9:30 Eastern time, but lately we've had to push back because we are partaking in this XFai project, which we've been talking about all day. Chris?
I hate to be the fool, but what's your Discord, guys? Like, how would I?
Yeah, man. No, that's perfect question. Click on my face. Click on my Instagram. Once you click on my Instagram, you'll see a link tree in my bio. From there, you will click the Discord invite link. So it's face, click my face, click my Instagram, then click the link tree in my bio, and then there is a Discord invite link in there.
Right.
If you guys do have issues join the Discord, you can just DM us, either of us, on Instagram.
Yeah, we don't charge to be part of our Discord now, but as we grow, we are going to start charging new members. So, if you get in now, more power to you. If you're, if not, it's fine with us. But that's where we put all our research. If you're just
look, we have an awesome community. Satoshi, we had Crypto Philosopher the last show. We have some amazing people that are coming here and adding value for the listeners. So, as long as that keeps happening, we're happy.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll check it out on YouTube, see what it is. I'm pretty sure I like
it. Yeah, our YouTube is just growing. Don't be afraid if you get to our YouTube and you're like, I don't understand what Mike is talking about, this whole layer 2 DeFi. I mean, Mike is... That's why we have the Discord. Like, we have the Discord so you guys can continue the discussion there. If there's something that doesn't click either on, YouTube or during our stereo show, the Discord's always there. Yeah, Mike's running at like 100 miles an hour. The rest of us are like, 30 mile per hour, maybe a school zone, which is okay. We want Mike to run at 100 miles an hour because he brings up the average, the intelligence of our class quite a bit. So Mike is rather advanced in this space, and then you'll see the videos that he's doing is more on layer 2 DeFi. We're doing reviews.
That's the key platforms. Word. You hear that? You hear that word that you said? That's the key word. Doing. I'm actually trying out the projects, and just like I would normally use them, and that like I've said it earlier in the show. That's what puts you far ahead of other people that just own the token, but they have no idea what the actual project is.
Yeah.
Or how it fits in.
Definitely. So, real valuable information that Mike's giving on our YouTube. If it seems like it's a little advanced and you're not sure, you don't even own a Bitcoin yet, or you don't even own cryptocurrency, and you're worried like, well, what's he talking about with whole yield farming and decentralized finance? Don't worry. Just keep going. It'll make sense. It'll click. And you'll be more knowledgeable because of the information that Mike is giving out. And team, I think your mic is muted.
Yo, there's no. I think our like Discord thing is like glitching out some people's mics. It's like muting their mics or something.
Maybe, but we just had team join the show. And one of our longtime listeners, we appreciate you being here. I think your mic was muted. You just sent us a message. So if you want to send it back, we'll finish up on your comment. We definitely like giving our longtime listeners the last word here because
if you guys want to send something to us, Money Team, try switching channels in Discord so that you're not muted. Maybe that will make a difference.
Well, he was trying to send it on stereo.
Right. But I don't know if there's cross app. Something where it's muting his mic on Discord.
Right.
Because remember, Spirit Bear had the same thing.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Satoshi, what's up?
Where are you guys from? Just out of curiosity, which city?
Yo, where are you from? Because I was talking about this the other day, and I was saying this guy's got to be Dutch. He's got to be calling us. He's got to be calling from The Hague. Where's this guy from? Satoshi, I am born and raised down in South Florida. I actually, I'm true to my name. I'm a nomad. I travel constantly. Even during COVID, I think I was in maybe like 4 or 5 different states and 3 countries, and that was slow for me. Usually, I like to travel every 3 weeks. My wife is a software engineer, and she works remotely as well. She's got her own YouTube channel. You can check it out. It's called A Coding Nomad. And yeah, we're true to our name. We travel the world. I'm actually right now in South Florida. I'm headed to St. Martin in a couple weeks, where I run a Airbnb hotel. I have a link to it on my link tree. You can check it out. Got like 20 condos there that we rent out. And my next stop is Europe, probably in May. And I'm going to make my way to one of my favorite countries, like I said before, which is the Republic of Georgia. Mike, where are you from? You just came back from Japan or from Taiwan.
Yeah. I mean, I flew through Japan, so fair enough. But so I grew up in Chicago, or at least the suburbs. I then went to Chicago, and my background is as a software engineer as well. So this space plays pretty well for me in blockchain with technology, distributed systems. I spent the last year and a half in Taiwan, and I don't regret that one bit. I never really had to experience COVID until I came back to the U.S. And it was just time well spent. The brain needs that relaxation time. We can't always be chasing the next thing.
Yeah, definitely. And you're moving to the West Coast, right? You're no longer going to be
Yes. Next stop is Bend, Oregon, and Noah had mentioned that I'm into triathlon, and y'all be continuing that sort of side of things there. There's mountains there. There's obviously skiing during the winter, 300 days of sunshine. So I'm pretty excited about, the next episode.
Right. And Mike, you're also you're a data analyst, software engineer. You work on distributed systems, which makes you perfect to team up with and learn about this space with, because you understand it well.
Right. And I'm actually going to be working on a distributed search engine. So, sort of the data storage side as well as the searchability of things. It's kind of a multi-pronged thing. But anyways, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to play the outro song for today.
Hold on. Wait, two more voice notes.
Okay.
We got time to kill. We're waiting for this XFai to come up. I'm really curious to where Satoshi's from. So let me just get to a couple of these real quickly.
We're gonna travel to Australia. That's where I'm from. My name is Dan Star on here, but that's where I'm from. I'm from Australia. You ever gonna travel up here? I'd love to see you do a show. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do a cryptocurrency conference in St. Martin next. So that's our next stop, and maybe we could take it on a road show. Who knows? That could be kind of fun. Mike, Larry, draw.
Once you get to Bend, Oregon, make sure you go to the very last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon.
Yeah, you mentioned that before, I think. Somebody mentioned it.
Yeah, another guy mentioned that, which most of us grew up on Blockbuster, so that's awesome. So, okay, Mike, let's take our bets here. Satoshi's the next message is from Satoshi. I told you the other day I think this guy's Dutch. I asked one of my friends who's Dutch, and he says no, he's not Dutch. So what's your guess, Mike? Where's Satoshi from?
Man, I have to really think about that. I'm guessing Eastern Europe. Like, if I had to guess, Eastern Europe.
No way. Eastern Europe.
I bet you he lives in the U.S. right now, but like, I'm talking about his ethnicity. I think he's from Eastern Europe.
I agree. He might be in the U.S. right now, but I still got to go with like a Western Europe, maybe like The Hague, or even not Dutch, but like maybe from Denmark. I don't know.
Well,
Satoshi,
while you talk, we stack up listener replies, and yeah.
Okay, Satoshi, what's up? Where are you from, Satoshi? Tell us.
Very interesting. Yeah, the Windy City. Love it. Great times and memories there. And yeah, I was myself also for 3 years a total nomad. And I lived in 4 different countries. Originally, I'm from Switzerland. So born, raised in Switzerland, so Swiss. But I left that country 19 years ago. Lived in Brazil, lived in Romania, was nomad all over the place. I speak 6 languages. And I live in Dubai now 4 or 5 years, so I'm a Dubai resident, and I do also some Airbnb here. I'm actually super host in Airbnb. You could check me out there. I can send you the profile. As you're from the business, you know what that means. And that's kind of my background in a nutshell. And I've been exposed to a lot of different industries and scenarios in my life, so that gives some additional experience and understanding.
Nice.
That's quite exciting.
I was just in Switzerland last winter, skiing in the Swiss Alps. Awesome, beautiful, extremely posh. The most posh place I've ever been in the world is Switzerland. But yeah, that's
okay.
awesome.
So we got a message from Money Team. Let's play Money Team's message.
Guys, just letting you know, enjoy the show. You know, it's a really wonderful show today. Over 600 people passed through. Excellent, awesome, guys, man. Wicked show. You know, keep up the good work, man. You know, keep stereo pumping. You know, let the people them know. Yeah, big up yourself.
Let's see.
Yeah, man, we got those pumpamentals going. You know, it's about us just keeping things rolling here.
Yeah, we're just kind of shooting the breeze right now as we're waiting for this XFai to launch. But hey, I think we got a message from Papa Mike from Papa Alpha Chi here.
It's not going away, is it? Okay, let's go.
Papa Alpha Chi, what's up?
I'm from Jersey. Going to travel to Jersey, you two guys?
Mike, when you going back to Jersey?
Well, what crypto conferences are they having in Jersey? Are you going to host a crypto conference at your house? I mean, is it
North Jersey, the armpit of America, or South Jersey?
Actually, well, he's very close to New York City. He's like 45 minutes outside of New York City. You know what? That's possible because he's near New York City, so it's possible. But I mean, at this point in time,
no, the closest I'll get to New York right now is probably Boston, where I love the city. But I went to school in Boston. I love the city of Boston. Satoshi, what's up?
Okay, so here we go. Windy City, love it. Great experiences. Was a nomad myself for 3 years. A lot of experience there.
He sent the same message.
I was born and grew up in Switzerland. I'm awesome. Swiss, but left that country 19 years ago.
Okay, yeah, we listened to that. But I think it's awesome that I couldn't guess. I'm good with accents, and I'm so disappointed in myself that I wasn't able to guess Switzerland. I should have guessed it. I should have known. Shame on me. Sorry about that, Satoshi. Anyway, look, if that's all the callers we have for today, Mike, I guess now is a good time to wrap it up. We're going to continue on our Discord. We appreciate everyone being part of our show. It was a long one today. What are we, almost on 3 hours? Wow. But we would have been here at our desks anyway because we've been waiting for this XFi event, which, Mike, that should be done. That should be opening up pretty soon, right?
Yes, that's correct. So join us in the Discord, guys. Click on my face. Click on the Instagram. If you guys have problems getting in the Discord, send us a DM on Instagram.
Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. I don't want to jinx it, but this could be the first show where you guys aren't talking about XRP. So I don't want to jinx it again, like I said before. But thank goodness, right? Thank goodness. Love the show. I love the content. I've been talking to a few other people, been sharing it, and just love what you guys are doing, and love to see what's happening in the future for you guys because this is something that you guys are, providing for the community, for the culture, for enthusiasts, and I fucking love it. Greetings from the West Coast. That's it, man. Just fucking keep doing that shit, man. Just keep doing it.
Guys, let me say something real quick. If there's a dip in our listeners, you guys need to buy the dip, okay? You guys need to clap it up, share the show. It's going to be worth it because we're going to do shows like this where we'll get 700 listeners, and you can say that you were here first during the dip.
Okay, Mike, we're wrapping it up. If you're on our Discord and you're looking at our screens, because we do screen share during these videos from now on, so you can actually see the charts, see the technical analysis that we're talking about.